Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the What's to Play podcast. I'm here with Big John. Big John, what's up?
What's up, FD? What's up, everybody? How we doing
Well.
this Tuesday night?
Tuesday night, we're on episode 174. Our guest tonight is going to be Mr. Monty, who just popped in. Let me introduce Mr. Monty, everyone. I've looked forward to this conversation for quite a while. I know tonight I'm going to learn a lot more about him than what I already know. Let me bring him in. Mr. Monty, what's going on?
What's up, fam? How you doing?
All right.
How you doing, Mr. Minty?
I'm doing well, Big John. How you?
Good.
Good to see you, man.
It's got a little reflection going on. Let me just get this out. All right. I think this might be a little bit better. I'm outside. And
you got a little light going on.
Yeah, I got a little light going on, but I'm gonna fix this. So
yeah, you're looking good. You're looking good now.
Good time, sir.
Judge just tied the game up, FD.
Oh, he did? Let me get
Judge hit a dinger.
Just hit a dinger, tied the game up.
Let's go.
You get on this. Mr. Monty, who do you root for? What team are you a fan of?
Dude, so first and foremost, everything Georgia Bulldogs. It's Georgia Bulldogs.
Are you from Georgia?
I went to UGA, but I'm from Washington D.C. So everything, Nationals, Redskins, that's what I'm about. DC life.
Once upon a time, I was on a work trip. It was the summertime. No, I didn't see a lot, and I took a work trip to Athens, Georgia.
Oh, did you? Tell me about it.
It was uneventful. I mean, we got there. I was on campus, around campus, but there was nothing going on really. So It was cool to see, but not a lot going on. I would like to go back when there's. He'll be back.
Yeah. See, there you come a Gamecock fan. He had to go.
I didn't even know that. I've never talked to him about that. Hey, you gotta let him know, man, about South Kakalaki, man.
No, he'll be back. So I let him come back, FD. What's going on with you, man?
Oh, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Just still focus on the diet. I don't stray from that. Everything else has been going well. I'm at a place where I'm worried about how much water I'm getting in me. I try to get a couple of days ago, Junior had a movie night at his school. Went to that, Elio was the movie. Mr. Minty's back. Yeah,
I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, Mr. Minty. As a Gamecock fan, I had to kick you.
Oh, that explains a lot. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, they're good at you. Man, your quarterback is great, by the way.
That quarterback is going to be good. He'll be good.
And that's why I love what Fanatics is doing. Just kind of off subject, because I love college football more than anything on earth. And just ripping Bowman U is so much fun. Not a paid sponsorship or anything. Just I love college football, and so I love ripping Bowman U.
So I love college football, especially I'm from. Me and FD both from Chicago. Yeah. I went to HBCU down in Columbia, Benedict College, and right up the street from South Carolina.
Yeah,
like being in that atmosphere, it's all about college football. Like being down south, you don't listen to radio stations for music. You listen to the sports talk radio for what's going on with college football. It's all you care about.
All year round.
Winning? Are we winning? Are we recruiting? And are we winning recruiting?
I grew up in the DC area, and it was nothing but hoops. All it was a hotbed for basketball, college basketball. And the second I got down south, brainwash. All about
what made you pick Georgia coming out of DC? I'm interested.
Warm.
Okay.
So the funny thing is they made the Sweet 16 in basketball that year, and they had a winning football team. So I was like, okay, all right, good basketball, let's go. And I learned quickly that it wasn't.
Very cool, very cool. So I got to start asking you. We usually ask origin stories.
Yeah, of course.
When did you first get introduced to the hobby, and what made you interested?
Man, like 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
Like I started collecting through my friend Robert, and I just kind of been collecting nonstop ever since. Little breaks in college and stuff like that. But I remember one of my core stories. Uh, my mom will laugh at this one. I made my mom sign a contract when I was like 10 years old, and she still has it, that she'd never throw out my baseball cards because, all you'd hear about growing up is, oh man, that Mickey Mantle card's worth so much money. And man, my parents threw out all my baseball cards. So I remember hearing that growing up and made my mom sign a contract that she'd never throw them out, and went home and they're still there.
Very good. Very good. So
Very
now
good.
let's fast forward. What made you want to start Mr. Minty
Yeah.
as a service for people in the hobby? What's that story?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I got back into collecting in like 2012. Just I could get cards really cheap, like big lots, and just kind of like, since I moved from DC to California, all my cards were in DC. Like I just wanted to like have my collection back, and I had a little bit of money, so I was like, all right, I want to get all the cards that I always wanted, like all the things that were on the Mount Rushmore and the Beckett magazines. So I just started buying up lots, and you could buy a lot for like $300 and get some Jordan rookies and all sorts of amazing stuff that I'd never had. And and I remember there was this one guy at the Frankensons, the Beckett dealer, and he had these cool Japanese microscopes or magnifying glasses, and you couldn't find them online, and you couldn't import them, and you couldn't. There weren't a lot of tools online. I saw a centering tool. You could find one thing on eBay, but nothing on Amazon, and nothing at a card shop. And me, that I had a bunch of product experience, I was like, man, there's all these core products that are missing from the hobby, and not one brand is doing them. So I decided to create it. And then the service end of it was just like a bonus baby that came from the product line.
I get it. I get it. Hey, I'll tell people I came to you at the last West Coast Card Show.
Yeah.
Your whole process is very organized.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thank you.
I had no doubt about that before I walked over there. Just from taking the card, how you have someone sign off that you have ownership. When you give the card back, you have a sticker on the back that gives a summary of what you kind of saw, what you think the grades may be. You're great on consultation where you're talking to people, and they're there too. They can ask you any question, and you'll give them a professional answer if you can. I just thought that was I was thoroughly impressed by the process. And then you tell, hey, I think I may have these done at this time, and you check in with people. Like you and I threw a few messages back and forth,
Mhm.
and it was a seamless process. And there were several other people who I was dropping off and picking up around the same time as those individuals. So,
Well, I appreciate it, man. And like, you know, when we started the company and started offering the service, we wanted to make sure that we added value to collectors and to collecting. And, one of the biggest, issues in the hobby was just overall lack of transparency. So no one understood why they got, an 8 versus a 9, or a 9 versus 10, or a 6 for that matter, right? And collecting was booming, and everybody understood like the flip and the grade, but no one, the overall knowledge of card condition was really going down. So I wanted to be able to provide that, to collectors in a meaningful way, and a way that they not only learn from it, but also to help them save time and money in the process. Because the worst thing we can do is as the hobby is have a bunch of collectors, submit cards for grading with money bag guys thinking they're going to get rich, get a bunch of 6 and 7s back, and then be out a lot of money, and not enjoy the hobby, and get out. So I think it's offering these type of services is really beneficial for collectors and keep them in the hobby.
thank you, sir. Thank you. So, I've also noticed that, and I think a lot of people have, your business is growing and evolving. Speak to some of the things that have happened in the last year, 2 years, and then what are some things coming up?
Yeah, not a lot of sleep is what's happened, but you know, we've been grinding, man. Like we've got a vision for the brand. You know, we want to be, you know, the go-to brand, you know, in the prep category. We really pioneered it, and you know, and we're doing it ethically. And we've worked with PSA on that, and you know, our goal is really just to be, you know, in hobby shops and in stores, you know, nationwide and worldwide. We're currently, you know, working with, you know, Walmart. We're in some of the best hobby shops throughout the country, whether it's AA Mint or Burbank or in down in Atlanta. So there's Cars HQ. So we're in great shops. We have great support. And you know, collectors are still finding out about us. So it's you know, it's a great time. We offer great core products, and I'm just, you know, just really proud of my team and I, and we've got a lot more growth to go.
And I know one thing I really caught there is that you said we do it ethically. Speak on it, because I want people to know who, if they don't know, I think they do, who you are, kind of what you represent, what you do. But speak on that a little bit.
Yeah. So listen, there's you know, the hobby revolves around, you know, collecting and people, you know, wanting to make money, you know, while collecting. You know, it's just part of the hobby, whether you're a collector, investor, or flipper, whoever you are. And you know, there's been a movement, you know, for like restoring cards and for repairing cards and things like that. And you know, in addition to grade prep has been a growing category. You know, I can't tell you how many, you know, collectors will submit cards for grading and just kind of wish, you know, whatever grade comes back. You know, they don't like wipe down their cards beforehand, or they don't inspect their cards beforehand. So we, you know, we like to be ethical, right? We like to keep it minty. There's a lot of guys out there that'll have like magic potions and, you know, waxes and, you know, creams and heat presses and all sorts of crazy stuff that they're doing to cards, and it's confusing a lot of collectors out there. You know, PSA is very clear with their standards, so is Beckett, and we want to, you know, not only do ourselves right, but you know, do the hobby right as well, do collectors right, and offer products that meet all the grading companies' standards.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big John, did you have a question?
Yeah. So I got a couple of questions. First,
Sure.
So how big is your team? Like, it's just not, they say you're getting a little sleep as possible right now. We're trying to grow the company, but who all do you have on your team?
Yeah, so we've got a team of 4. So we've got myself, we've got Ryan, who you guys have met at the show, and then we you know, have teams for marketing and accounting.
Okay.
Very good. Very, very cool.
Very, very tight knit group, just getting it all done.
It is, and you know, 2 of them are remote, so it's, you know, it's you know, it's the joining of forces, and you know, lots of emails back and forth and late nights, and but you know, we're all coming together for one goal, and it's a lot of fun doing it.
Well, that small team a lot of times is it keeps the information together, you know.
It does, you know, and it also allows us to be nimble and work fast. So, you know, I did mention the ethical prep. You know, there was a time when I first started the brand that we had, you know, a card polish and a card spray in the brand. And if we were a larger company, we wouldn't have been able to remove the product from the line and come out with a whole new, you know, without it. So, so you know, being small allowed us to be nimble and fast, and you know, change directions for good.
Very cool. Big John, you got anything?
You know, so we talk about ethical, and you talk about card soaking and polish and stuff. That's very hotbed topic. And I feel like in the hobby, you know, it comes up once every quarter, that we got to have this. What is it? Altering? Is it, you know, damaging the card? Are we cheating?
Sure.
And for me, first I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing all that, right? But then 2 things happened to change my mind. And not necessarily with polish. 2 things happened that kind of changed my thought process on it. Is that one, SGCP came out and said they can't detect it.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can't detect it, you don't know if it's done or not. You can assume every card is done. Second thing was, you know, I would say, I guess the competitor of yours was shouted out in PSA's office after a big card got a 10.
Yeah, that was a big moment.
Right. So, and there was nothing from from their end saying it wasn't used, it was used, or anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, from my perspective, it's not for me. Like outside of microfiber wipe down, I'm not going through all that trouble to do polish and soak and all that stuff. But if you take time to do it and get your 10 with the value of a PSA 10 now,
and listen, money
to get a PSA 10, it's money.
Yeah, money will motivate people to do a lot of things, like even like soaking cards in water and stuff. Like, I mean,
yep.
But we just
I don't understand how soaking a card doesn't ruin a card.
It does, and unfortunately, some of these guys that you see on the internet, they're more kind of snake oil salesmen. I see a lot of these cards. They come to me, and you can tell instantly when cards are soaked. They feel different. They smell different. The texture is different. When you use some of these tools out there, like on a corner or something like that, you can see it pressed down from the side. So, it looks good on Instagram and stuff. And unfortunately, I think they're giving really bad advice to collectors. And that's not something that we want to do. We want our collectors to stay in the hobby and have fun and, keep it minty.
Big John, did you pull up a page? Did you want to show something?
Yeah, I put up his website because I want to show what he actually offers, and I think more people need to kind of like see the supplies you talk about, right?
Yeah, man. Thank you for the advertisement, man. It's incredible. Yeah, so we have.
What's all in your kit? Can you tell me about the
kit? So it's a great entry level kit. It's fun and safe for the hobby. Has jeweler's loops, centering tool, microfiber wipes, poly sleeves of 35 point and 130 point for thick cards, and enough semi-rigids for 100 grading submissions. So it's really, everything that collectors need all in one kit, at a great price.
Very cool.
Yeah, I see that thing has been good, right? One thing I find when I have a big light, I got a magnifying glass, I have a UV light, I microfiber. One thing I find, finding a good microfiber towel just to get your own fingerprints off. Naturally, I am very, my hands are very oily.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on, Mr.
I wear gloves. I wear gloves because otherwise I'm transferring dirt and oils onto the card.
Mr. Minty, what did you hold up there? I want to make sure we saw what we got.
Yeah, so this is our darn green screen. So this is our pack of microfibers. I'll send them to you guys. These are the factory that I use makes microfibers for fine jewelry. So they're a very strong, very durable, and very gentle cloth that's used to to handle like gold, precious metals, and diamonds and things like that.
Very cool. I didn't know that you offered that. I didn't know that was a product of yours.
Yeah. It's funny. Like we've kind of taken a back seat, in a little bit. When we were changing up the product line, we and removing all of our polish and spray items from the marketplace, we kind of did it in silence, we did, and then we just wanted to slowly build back up the brand. So you're going to see a lot more from us, of all of our great tools and supplies. And we've got some really exciting stuff to come out, in Q4 and Q1 of next year. So it's there's going to be some really cool things. There's some things that we've got patents on that are just going to be, game changers in the hobby.
And we know that you're based in California, but you have a travel schedule where you go to a lot of shows. Talk to people about what shows you attend, what decisions you go through on what shows you're going to be at, and what is that whole process like?
Totally, yeah. Like, for growing a brand, like I knew it had to be organically, right? The power of social media is the power of social media. It's fantastic, but if you really want to grow a brand in this space, especially in card prep in owning that category, you have to have boots on the ground, and you have to meet collectors, and you have to be, and meet collectors across the country, So thank God for my wife. I told her, it's like, you got to make a bet on me. It's a 3-year bet. We're in year 2.25, and and it was just a show almost every other week, from Minnesota to Boston to Florida, DC, Atlanta, all over the East and West Coast. And it's it's paid off big, because not only have we got a ton of content, because we film every show, but we've touched so many collectors and forged so many great relationships. And that's what the hobby's all about, is just great relationships. And it's I'm stoked. But now, I've got to dial it back a bit. So we generally stick to shows that are that have on-site grading. So those are the most beneficial for us, and also most beneficial for collectors, because the biggest problem that PSA has, is these cards, of ours, they are, they're treasures to us. They're valuables. They're meaningful, and collectors don't want to ship off their cards if they don't have to. So a lot of them save up their cards for months or years, just waiting for the national or an on-site grading event, because you got to build up a lot of trust in order to hand off something that you cherish to another company, for an extended period of time. So, building trust is, one of the reasons why we hit boots on the ground. And unfortunately, PSA doesn't have all that trust with the community.
It's PSA, post office, UPS, FedEx. We hear it all the time. Cards getting lost, cards not coming through. It's a chance you take when you ship your card off.
Totally. We carry heavy insurance, to counteract that, and knock on wood, things don't happen. But there is a risk, and a lot of times I'll fly out to a client, or a client will fly me out if it's a special card.
You do that.
You got to do it. Like, we've got a client of mine flew out from England earlier last week, picked up a card in St. Louis and flew directly to me, and we strategized over it, and we went to Beckett, and we're gonna have a big reveal sometime next week, I believe the 9th. And this is a game-changing card. Like, this is one of the biggest cards in all of the hobby, and it's pretty exciting.
So here's, with your eye that you've seen half a grading and recommend what cards are great to get, did you ever think about, hey, maybe I should just go work for PSA and just be a grader, or something like that?
So funny. I, not as a grader, but I did go on an interview with them, and I did try to kind of pick, they had a small merch store where they had bat holders and baseball holders, and I tried to convince them to be a director of merchandising there, because all my background is making products for the surf and skate and streetwear world. So for Reef, DC Shoes, Oakley, Vans, big brands. So I've got all this product development and design experience, and I wanted to translate that into cards, and PSA didn't buy it. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it myself, and so I did.
I mean, it also sounds like your services could be used even as just consultation for PSA when they want to make new moves and or change their grading standards. What do you stay
abreast of that stuff, man? And it's there's a lot of changes going down, and that's one way we help collectors, because let's say they send us 50 cards, probably 15, 20 are really going to make the grade, depending on what their goals are. So it's so we've got to stay abreast of all the changes that are going on, all the things that PSA may or may not be doing with AI, and yes, there's I can speak on that. I don't think I'm blowing any spots up, but I don't think they're going to revoke my dealer account anytime soon. But like, yeah, like there's there's changes. There's upgraded the grading standards. There's you know, PSA takes in about 65% Pokemon right now. It's crushing sports.
Oh yeah.
What's the reason for all their backup? And they had to, turn on AI to help with it. The two most time-consuming parts of grading are measuring the card for, size and measuring the centering. Those were the two most time-consuming parts when it came to speed to grading. So when you send things in for grading, it gets scanned, and through AI, they're able to measure both parts initially when you take in the order, just to speed up their own process.
Yes.
So it's involved,
I mean,
let's speak on that a little bit more, because
Yeah.
I know Big John and I have shared some comments with each other, just sending in cards and getting card grades back. It seems to me that the PSA 10 is harder to achieve now.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a separation between the 10 and the 9. And I know 9 prices right now are almost equivalent to raw. But I tell Big John that I believe that the 9 is going to rebound and be equivalent to almost a 9.5. And
I think so too. I think the 9 is going to get strong again, man. I totally believe that, man. And if you read, PSA, I think did a great job updating their standards or affirming their standards, right? There weren't like so many changes to the 10. I think there were more changes in in 9, 8, and 7 that collectors may have overlooked because they were so focused on what a 10 was. But there are a lot of changes to 9s, or not changes, a lot of affirming of 9s.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Especially when it came to corners.
Yes.
I think corners were in scratches. Before, you, especially the backside. So I think PSA
they used to be very lenient on the backside.
Pardon me?
They used to be very lenient on the backside.
Very lenient. Like you could have 3 white corners. I've seen cards with 3 white corners get a 10 on the backside. And their gem mint now is really closer to gem mint than ever before.
Yes.
The centering, I'd always used that 55-45 standard, but I'm glad they've tightened it up. And then on the backside, as manufacturing goes up, quality goes down, and there's a lot of just poor cutting issues that lead to back corner dings. There's pressures, there's all sorts of crazy nail marks that go into it. So it's nice to see that a gem mint card from them is actually gem mint.
Everybody wants a PSA 10.
Everybody,
but also wants low pop counts of PSA 10s. So you can't have it both ways, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Where your this card that's been produced extremely well, and over and over and over again, all these new, millions of cards is one, and expect it to be 100 PSA 10s in the modern world.
Yeah.
Right? And if it is, there's extra value for that. But the 9s, I'm a wrestling fan, and I collect wrestling cards, and we sell wrestling cards. And you try to get a 10 on some of these Panini wrestling cards, it's 5%, gem rate.
And that's about standard, right? 2 to 7%, I think is kind of like an ideal gem rate. We've seen, tops now is probably up in the 40s. But if you look at some of our most iconic cards, they're all about 1% gem rate, if not less. But so most manufacturing should be about 2 to 7%, I think is about right.
So as you travel the country, what are some different trends you see around the country as far as what cards are being brought to you to look at, evaluate?
Yeah, I mean, just soccer is just, not only is it worldwide, but it's finally trickling into the States. So it's really exciting to see that. Finally, about 3 years ago, football cards just really started catching on. Football's been, ruling our televisions for years, and like the cards finally caught up. 80s vintage football really hasn't, but like modern football just, is king. But most guys love basketball, and people love Kobe everywhere. That's the one thing. Kobe and Jordan, they love everywhere.
Very true.
Just a game update: 8-6 Yankees.
Oh, 8-6 Yankees. All right.
Jazz hit a homer.
Woo! He's
top for 6, 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs.
I'm fascinated with the idea of grading for both profit and personal stuff. Like for me, anything that is my PC, I take advantage of the PSA 9 being down. I would gladly have a PSA 9 card in my for me, with not a hesitation whether I'm buying it from eBay, Fanatics Collect, or whatever. Like good price, yeah, it's going to the PC. I don't need the premium to pay the premium of the 9.
Yeah, I saw an interesting piece with P. Ryan the other day. He sold his Messi PSA 10 rookie for 1.5 million, and then just bought an 8, and just pocketed the difference. It's like, I mean, me, I'm a little bit of a snob, so I want everything that I have just to be in perfect condition, but it also means that I can have less, and so I just have just a pretty tight PC, and and like I get it. Like everybody wants the best condition, best looking copy that they can get for the value, and PSA 9s are, and it says it right on the PSA site, PSA 9 is a at first appears to be a gem mint card and may exhibit one of the following flaws, right? So PSA 9s are gorgeous cards.
They are.
Yeah,
they are.
And with some of this Panini Prism, some cards only have a 9. There is no 10.
I'll tell you what, this new Select Soccer is just straight trash, and like all the cards are off centered, tilted, have dovetailing corners. Like it is straight trash.
And look at what we just saw with Kabooms. I mean, you got a 7 or an 8.
Oh yeah, with a year ago when the printing was out. Yeah, that was wild, dude. That was I mean, these guys are racing to make money as much as humanly possible before their license expires. And I'm sorry for all the movement. I'm just grabbing a power cord so I don't lose you guys. I mean, just quality. There hasn't been a lot of quality control in the past, and I've been fortunate enough to go to one of the Topps factories, I know firsthand of their commitment to quality, which is exciting, because collectors deserve quality cards. Like not every card can be a PSA 10, otherwise there'd be no market. But I mean, we don't deserve to spend our hard-earned money to buy trash. That's just like defective and missing autographs and just coming out of the pack tilted with delamination issues.
So, Mr. Minty, talk to us about what's in your PC.
Yeah, let's let me go get it. It.
All right. I always love this question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what comment.
I think grading cards is so subjective.
Oh, it is. It definitely is. I was on Instagram the other day. The person said they sent a card in 3 times, came back a 6, an 8, and a 10.
Yep.
All right. So what's in? Oh, sorry guys, my bad.
I know, Gerald. I love that SGA downtown. Let us know how it comes back.
Yeah, let's go. All right. So I guess growing up in like or working in like the surf skate, culture world, a lot of my personal collection is in that realm. So something I just picked up recently, which I'm very, very excited about, was this is Kelly Slater's true rookie card.
Green.
We can
The green, you can't see it.
Oh, here we go. All right,
right there.
So this is 1987 Astro Boys. Kelly Slater. He's 14 years old, and what's cool about this piece is he signed this one. So this one is signed in person. There's 5 graded copies in the world of this signed. I also have an unsigned version.
Okay.
In a PSA 9. So in this one there's I think 30 graded, maybe a little bit more. Being in that world and working for Quicksilver, who Kelly was a big part of Quicksilver, those are 2 items I love having in my personal collection. And some other surf cards, Duke, who is the father of modern surfing. This is a 33 Gowdy, another Kelly autograph. But from there, it's mostly guys I grew up with, like Don Mattingly, big Yankees fan growing up. So Don Mattingly. I love Star basketball cards. And then cards that are just probably the 2 most important cards are, growing up a Redskins fan, this is Doug Williams.
Oh yeah.
So this is not only is it significant because he won the Super Bowl for the Redskins, but it was the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl and win Super Bowl MVP, and that's just historically this is really important, right? So I sold. This is my second copy. I sold one at the boom, like right after the pandemic, to help fund my company, and then at the time there was maybe only 15 of them graded to 10, and I magically found one at Burbank 3 years later, and I begged the guy for it, just begged him, and
that's a hard part too.
Double overpaid for it, but I just had to have it back because it was Doug Williams and it was that important to me. So it's so those are just some of the things that are in my PC. Cool. Modern wise, I collect Stetson Bennett because he's a Georgia dog. And then I got a couple. I got in very well with the soccer community, and so they got me onto Lamine Yamal very early. So I have a couple of these, and how about you guys?
I kind of stay with Steph Curry. I collect Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I prospect with James Wiseman, and I prospect with Nikola Topic.
Oh, nice. Is James ever coming back? Is he done?
I think he's ramping up. He played tonight, only 8 minutes in a preseason game. But he's going to ramp up some. I think he's probably going to get more minutes as the season goes. And then we'll see what he does. One good thing for him is that Turner has moved on to Milwaukee, so it opens up more room for him to kind of grow and develop and do his thing. So hopefully,
he's got all the talent in the world, man. He's
just got to stay healthy.
Yep, totally.
He can lean on right now as he's 24 years old, but if he can stay healthy and start to develop, sky's the limit for him.
For sure. And how about you, John?
So I collect Bulls, Cubs, so Kobe White, a lot prospect on a lot of baseball, Montez Ford for wrestling, and Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns. So I'm a big wrestling fan.
Wrestling's fun.
Wrestling's fun.
It's
good. I just picked up this one from. Let's see if you can see.
Tilted a little bit. I think it works.
Tilted. Oh, got to turn the light off.
It's select.
Select Montez Ford, $3.99.
Woo! He's in the air.
His best images are him either doing a frog splash or a backflip off the top rope. So I get all those for the most part.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I love, you know. What else we have?
I want to give a shout out here. I saw Ultimate Pastime in the house.
Oh, that's my guy, dude. Ultimate Pastime bought the very first Mr. Minty kit. The very first. And then he made me sign it too, which is cool. So if anybody in the universe has I don't have one anymore. So if anybody in the universe happens to have one, please let me know. I'm paying strong on it, but
I like that story. I like that.
Jordan's comment. Yeah, Jordan with you.
Yeah, what did Jordan ask?
Jordan said he still uses your product.
Yeah, I still use his product. I'm not sure if he remembers when he lost $1,000. I bought that day right at the moment. Felt so bad, but he still took care of me.
Thank you. I'm trying to remember what that is. Man, I'm glad you remember. I apologize, I don't.
You seem to
glad we took care of you.
Yeah. Yeah. He says, Ultimate Pastime says, dude, I'm trying to find it. I want to see a picture of that. If you find it.
I got it. So it used to come in a box and it came with like white gloves and kind of like the same stuff that I got now. A centering tool, some microfibers and things like that. But it's just like kind of putting it together and stuff like that. Like an idea of where I wanted it. And the cool thing about products or having your own business or just being a person, you can always grow and evolve and make things what you want. So it's it's cool. Things, the Jordans go through, 30 different evolutions, and, Mr. Minty products will, definitely go through some evolutions as well. We've got some cool things coming.
So,
go ahead.
What's the most common thing that you see collectors do wrong in submitting, handling their cards?
Cool. Yeah. Great question. There's two things. One, they don't like wipe the card down, whether it's, the front or back surface, and use a clean holder, like having like, a dirty poly sleeve or a dirty semi-rigid could, put a scratch on the card, in a scratch on the front, you're getting a 9, like hands down. But the number one thing is most collectors don't look at the backside. And it's, now PSA is grading the back and the front pretty evenly. So you got to take some time to, look at the back of the card. A lot of times, like the indents, nail marks, or worn corners are on the back side. So it's you can have a beautiful front of the card and it can still be an 8 with some minor flaws. So it's the back side is what I want every collector on their next purchase to examine the front and the back. And it'll save them time and it'll save them money.
So when I first got started, I always figured that it was the centering that dinged me the most. And then I submitted some cards with Arena Club and seeing their AI tool and actually seeing like, weak corner and whiting and things. And so I get what you're saying. People overlook the back and they just look at the corners first. Because a lot of the issues in the cards that I sent them was the backside corner a little soft. Like, I still don't understand what soft corner means in theory, but I guess.
Yeah, and listen, there's so many different things that it could be. So if you look at PSA's grading scale, they just use the word wear, right? But it could be everything from a ding to a delamination, a crease on the corner. It could be frayed, it could be rounded, it could be there could be loss. So there's so many different, it could be split. So there could be so many different things going on that it's just really hard to package into, one word or one description. And it's really on a case-by-case basis because, it could be very minor. It could be major, or it could be severe. So there's different levels to it as well. So it's you're not the only one. And that's why we started these tools and the services to help, with the transparency.
I want to give a shout out to Michael Ham right quick. He's in here saying what's up. Hello. They just give you a shout out, Big John. Even Big John.
It's a good evening. I think I don't want to say this. I think grading is very subjective to the grader. You see people. You advise people to resubmit their cards if they don't get the grade they're looking for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's many different avenues, right? We advise collectors whether to send it to PSA or Beckett because they have different, they grade upon different attributes, right? And they have different attributes that could grade stronger or weaker. Beckett has an averaging system where PSA, the card can't be higher than the lowest attribute. So they grade very differently, and collectors can take advantage of that. But yeah, there's certain times where PSA is human; they get stuff wrong. Also, there's certain times where they grade stronger or weaker. And there's certain cert numbers that you can look for where there may have been a little bit more AI influence than human grader influence, and a lot of those cards you can crack out and resubmit and possibly get a higher number.
So, what about so that's crossover? Do you help people with crossover?
All the time, especially with SGC really winding down. A lot of collectors are wanting to get their cards out of SGC, and then between Beckett and PSA, it's all the time. PSA is always going to be tougher, in my opinion, than Beckett on most cards. So you got to be careful. And you got to know what you're doing before cracking out or resubmitting because it's expensive. So we want to make sure collectors get it right.
When you see people, if you're comfortable saying, when you see people move from SGC, where do they usually want to
go? PSA.
Okay.
PSA. They generally want to go to PSA just because they know that PSA owns SGC. But what's wonderful about SGC was that they're very value driven. It was $12, $15 a grade. And I think now they're up to like 18 or 20. I haven't checked recently, but yeah, I think Beckett's making a really strong comeback. They especially in the TCG world, which is really healthy for the hobby. They've really gotten their stuff together. There's some key guys that have come in that have really helped reshape the organization. And it's really cool to see because they offer a really valuable service. They've got, the history, within collecting. And, it's cool to just see, not one company dominate everything. And I love PSA too. So I'm not here bashing PSA by any means, but it's cool to just see, both companies healthy.
So we talked about
we were at the West Coast Card Show. There were a lot of people with One Touch and TCG in line. Go ahead, Big John.
Yeah, so we talked about Beckett, we talked about PSA, SGC. We haven't mentioned CGC.
Yeah.
So, have you seen people wanting to submit their cards? Because I know they're big with Pokemon. You see the grading numbers that came out from GemRate. They're now number 2 grading for last month. But do you not see people wanting to send their cards to CGC?
I mean, not through me because I'm 10 minutes away from PSA.
True.
But that's something that we got. I got to put a caveat on because we're here on the West Coast. We're doing all the West Coast shows. The access to PSA. We're blessed to have all this access to PSA. And with the extra value that a PSA holder brings, so we got great guys like myself and Kobe that help really drive collectors through submissions. And but yeah, SGC is strong. They don't come out here, I think more collectors would use them out here if they'd ever show up.
I've told Big John before that I see less of CGC at tables here than I think he sees in Connecticut.
I did a show this weekend. My second show, and I was the only person that had CGC slabs.
Oh, because I know the Philly show. I've heard some people tell me before that I think is more prevalent Midwest and East Coast than it is out here.
I've seen them more at Pokemon shows and like TCG shows. I know they do on-site grading at Card Party, which is a really big, really fun Pokemon event. But yeah, I don't see them much in the sports realm. And they're also great for comics too. So it's
very true.
I think I know people chase like reason why Beckett gets so many tops now and Pokemon because people are in TCG because they're chasing that black label.
Oh yeah,
two things that
and they're capitalizing advertising for it. It's great. Like it's such a strong niche for them, and they're finally owning it. And it's cool. They're advertising it. They're sharing it. They're getting really comfortable with social, and it's so big that I don't know. John, were you also at the West Coast Card Show?
No, I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Connecticut.
Okay. Well, FD, you know this. Beckett sold out the first day.
Quickly.
Day. Right?
I was lucky to get in that line. Yes.
I mean, the line was crazy, and and that's the Pokemon community. There's guys bringing 100 cards, if not more. Multiple people doing that, doing RCRs so much that it just shut down their grading so they could get through it. And they offer a first come first serve basis. So it's so there are so many Pokemon cards for that chance of getting a black label. I think it's called the Black Label Mafia. There's like a group of guys that are just big Pokemon dealers, and they're submitting a couple hundred at a time, and they've got the numbers, to know that if they submit X, they're probably going to get X amount of black labels. I don't know the numbers, but I'm speaking secondhand. But that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I saw guys breaking out just packs of cards.
And I follow some of the Pokemon sites. Like a black label is like either to 0.5 to 2 times as much as a PSA 10. In price, right? You can 0.5 over, but it's not equal. Like you're gonna get more.
Yeah, like in sports cards, it's probably 2x. In Pokemon, I think it's a lot higher. It may be 5 or 10x. That's why they're just going so crazy, because it's the multiple is really high.
Hey, Mr. Monty, talk to us about who are some of your favorite sports teams that you cheer for. And then you can double down on that as far as who are some of your favorite athletes and why.
Yeah, I'm Redskins Commanders all the way. So Jane Daniels is just amazing to watch. I'm probably the lone Wizards fan out there. So, but we got some hope with Trey Johnson. So watch out for him. He can fry. Like he's as pure as a shooter as Steph Curry. So he's a walking bucket. So it's watch out for Trey Johnson. Unfortunately, he's signed to Panini and not to Fanatics, so there's not going to be any Topps product with his autograph, but you can get some Panini Instant. And then all things Georgia Bulldogs. So it's those are my teams. Those are my peeps. Baseball. Just I'm a fair weather fan for baseball. I start watching now. So.
Hey man, that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
don't worry about that.
I tell everybody, playoff to any sport is amazing to watch.
Playoff baseball is especially good.
Yeah,
but I don't want to sit through
the playoff.
Yeah. For me, I'm a diehard Cubs fan, but it's opening day or opening week. Couple games around the All-Star break, couple games around the pennant chase. And if we're in the playoffs, any game I can catch in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
I will watch Sunday night baseball, couple innings at a time, and going about what I'm doing Saturday night baseball, Thursday night, whatever on ESPN. But I'm not watching the whole game.
No, definitely not.
I'm
taking a nap.
Yeah, I'm not watching the whole game into the playoffs. Now, playoff games, I will sit back and nothing else on. Win if not, this is gonna be a good 2 hours of some. I like the intensity.
It's the drama, the intensity, it's thick. You can just feel it, and it's just like staring down the back. It's really cool. It's like none other. But
then you know that all these teams are skilled teams, right? Even I watched the first game of the Boston Yankees series, and incredible ninth inning from Aroldis Chapman. Bases loaded, no outs, and you strike out 2 of the last 3 batters on filthy pitches. Like that's games on the line, sir. And you gotta be the guy now, and he was the guy that night.
Oh yeah. And Rocky's really shining for the Dodgers. Effie, you're a Dodgers fan, right?
I like the team. I still root for Chicago teams, but I really like the Dodgers, and I really like Shohei Ohtani. So
he's amazing.
I respect Freeman. I respect Mookie Betts. I respect Clayton Kershaw. It's just cool to see a squad like that together with that kind of talent pedigree.
It really is. And just, I mean, we were here in Orange County when like a Shohei came about. And those days, at the Boys and Girls Club, we could probably buy a Shohei for $5.
Yeah.
$10 for his best one, right? Yeah. And boy, is that changed.
I think Mookie Betts is probably the most underrated player in baseball.
He is.
He's amazing.
And if they
re-sign him, who knows? But
if they win this year, he'll be the only 4-time champion currently playing in baseball.
I think you'll see a spike in his cars one day, and people will be running.
He's got some really serious collectors, man. Because he has some really high value cards.
He does. Yeah.
He's underrated, but he's also, but at the same time, like the guys that love him, they have his best cards already.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a friend contrarian cards to collect Mookie Betts, and he has.
Cool.
He has some out of 10s and super factors that are just amazingly nice. But his value, his ability to play multiple positions,
it's great.
Makes that payroll possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can put him at short, you can put him at second, you put him in any spot to right in the outfield you need him to be, and you can go get guys knowing that I can just move Mookie there. Mm-hmm. Makes a big difference having a utility superstar.
Absolutely.
Mr. Minty, what do you foresee the next 2-3 years in a hobby? What are some things you foresee happening?
It's exciting. It's going to be really exciting times. Product wise, Fanatics really has a commitment to just bringing exciting and innovative products to the market. We already know that we're going to get, rookie debut patches, in NFL and in NBA. That's going to be super exciting, bringing all the excitement that they had from baseball over to the other leagues. More exclusive autographs, bringing back some great IP that was cherished from the 90s and the 2000s. And I think they're going to really excel in international. There's just so much growth for this hobby. Most of us, kind of associate it with us or the value of our collections. But, 10Xing the hobby, as they mentioned, really involves, Europe, China, Southeast Asia, even, in the middle American, like the UAB, that area. So Australia. So it's really going to be global. And, they've got plans and athletes and teams and products for each. Soccer is just going to go bananas for the next 9-12 months. So it's really exciting.
Very. I totally agree. Big John.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And affordable products. I've got to mention that too. I think, Topps has a really great merchandising strategy. And I think their ability to bring a Topps flagship to baseball, basketball, football, hockey, or not hockey, but just having a value price point where you can still rip a box for $100, if you can get it before the flippers do. But they're going to have, your entry level with a lot of value, not something that's just complete shit. Sorry for nothing, but mid-tier, high end, or ultra high ends. So they're going to, really have a built-out merchandising strategy to really, sustain, growth and value for everybody collecting.
Because with that strategy, you're able to bring people in and work. They can grow and develop into the upper levels of the hobby. Because without that foundation, what do you have? It's very hard. Your entry point is up here somewhere.
And everybody knows Topps. I mean, it's a cheat code, honestly. Like, growing up, Panini was stickers, right? So buying into Panini products, I was just like, I was always a little sus with Panini, because I didn't have it growing up. It was Topps and Upper Deck and Fleer. I think that goodwill, for people that are, my age that are now buying cards for their kids, they won't have to think again about buying Topps, because they know Topps. Whereas it was like, oh, do I buy Panini Revolution or Panini Flawless or Panini Semi-Select? They don't know what to buy because they're not, they weren't as familiar with it. So it's so a lot of good strategies all around for Fanatics, for sure.
I mean, I think the best thing they did is with this flagship basketball being $109 out the gate.
Absolutely.
Right?
They're
because if when you go looking at breaks, right, and you see these hobby box breaks, and there's these teams, if Dallas is $50 in a hobby box break, you shouldn't be breaking with that person. The box only costs $109. I'm not paying half the box price for one team.
Totally.
Right. So, I think a lot of their strategy from Topps has been to put stuff in the hands of breakers, especially on the wrestling side, to get it more open. But if this gets hands to everybody, you got mega boxes, $50, blaster box, $30. That's I can open it for $30, knowing that
absolutely
I'm probably not gonna get much.
And I think you're going to see the breakers get more and more of the higher end stuff versus the lower end stuff, because as you said, it's not a good value proposition, to spend $50, on one team that's half the box.
Yeah.
The Topps main line, belongs in Walmarts and Targets and in hobby shops and online, whereas Topps Chrome, is more of an elevated item that belongs in hobby shops and with breakers, and maybe not at at the retail level.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't break as much as I used to, but I think if you are someone who breaks for product, because I think breaking is important, because every car is not going to be here in Connecticut for me, right? But if you can see people charging an insane amount for this flagship of basketball for one box, you should know, okay, this is somebody I'm never going to break with again, right? You can this is a good product.
What are they going for now? What's the secondary market going for now?
Like $250.
Wow, it's wild. But I mean, that's the market for you, right? Like, there's such high demand. Everybody, people want to be involved in this hobby, whether it's being connected to sport or, to collect something or to be a part of a community or culture, or, or even to make some money. Like, there's nothing wrong with any one of those.
Yeah. No. So first one I see on eBay, $225 for a box.
Wow.
But
how many cards per pack and how many packs per box?
Let's get the breakdown. Give me 1 second and I get that.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of real time looking up stuff.
Oh yeah, we look stuff up. Yeah. And Big John, if you want to share that screen, I'm cool with that too.
Oh, another Wizards fan. What's up, Gerard? Carr, Mr. Carr. Thank you, my man. Go Wiz. Sorry for butchering your name, Mr. Carr. See what?
No, I was in DC and walked past that stadium. I've never been to a game, but I've been in the area. Mr. Monty, do you collect cards? If so, who you invest in and who are you flipping?
Woo! I just got to preface, I don't separate flippers or collectors or dealers and stuff. Everybody's they're all dealers, everybody's dealing.
I'm
Like
flipping some.
yeah, I mean, dude, dealers flip things too. So I think that term is just like get off my lawn. Like I don't like it. But but yeah, I do collect, but I try to keep it very light because I got a business to run and I could easily spend all my profits on cards. But the one guy that I'm buying as an investment has been Lamine Yamal. So I've been buying him for about 2 years, and I've got a nice stash.
Yeah, if you've been buying for 2 years, yeah, that's cool.
They just announced Topps Holiday Basketball is up for pre-order now as well.
Wow, that's fast. They got a game plan, by the way. The second that clock hit, that product, people were sharing those stories, right? And they've got it already dialed in, master planned. And I don't think it's any coincidence that Whatnot changed their rules, a couple of days after this kicked off. There's, if you look at the financials, Fanatics has invested in Whatnot, and the majority of the product that they're going to break on Whatnot is going to be Fanatics product. And, there's definitely some leverage there, and, them working together, let's just say.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing for the hobby.
I think so too.
I know the Jumbo has 40 cards, 10 packs, and 1 autograph card and 1 relic.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, see, that's great for collectors, right?
It is.
Getting a bunch of cards. The 1 pack, the 1 card packs and the 4 card packs are really hard to swallow sometimes. I see collectors getting burned all the time. $300 for a blaster box, with 12 total cards and nothing in it. You got to provide value.
I was just telling you before we got on, Pac-Man Cards opened a last year box of Flawless Football, $20,000 box or case. He said he may have gotten $1,000 worth of cards out of it.
Gee.
Those kind of things hit hard. And if you watch his content, people, he's an upbeat guy. I met him in person once, upbeat guy. At the end of that, he seemed almost disgusted.
Yeah.
Said he wouldn't be breaking that anymore.
The hobby has 20 packs, 12 cards per pack.
That's great. I love that you actually get cards when you buy a pack. It's really important.
And you may walk away with something that's of value.
And they're damn good looking cards too. Their flagship release, just they have their best designers on it. They take a lot of time on it. There's a lot of thought going into it. Their new first card 1-of-1s, which is the first card off the production line, is really cool. It reminds me of a Stadium Club first day issue, but even yeah, right. So only the cards made on the first day got that stamp. Those were hard to find. I never got one out of a pack, but imagine getting the 1-of-1 of that. That's what they're doing. This is great looking. This is great. So
now,
it's got all the.
Contrarians would say that's just manufacturing 1-of-1s.
They are. Sure. I mean, it's true. It's true. But it just adds an extra level of an excitement.
That's what I think of it as. I think some people have said that 1-of-1 lottery ticket. But how does the consumer feel when they can actually get a 1-of-1 or they pull that out of a pack?
It's a great feeling
to do that. It's a great feeling. So
it's a great feeling.
That's the reason why.
I don't know it personally, but I've seen it enough online to know it feels damn good because I feel damn good watching it. So
and I don't remember the last time I saw a 1-of-1 that did not have value.
Yeah.
When compared to other cards of that player. So
I mean, only Leaf, but even those cards have value,
Yeah. I agree.
So I got seeing these patch cards gave me another question just about reviewing cards. How difficult it is for reviewing autos and patch cards versus just your standard your standard card?
Amazing questions, right? So, like, let's start with autographs. There's a couple key attributes to get a 10 autograph. One, there must be consistent pressure with the autograph. So if you, no matter what color that you have, there's consistent solid pressure. So if there's a streak of any kind, whether at the end or in the middle, where like there's a breakage in the solid color, that's not going to get a 10. And then if the autograph is either off the sticker or off the card, that also is not going to get a 10. So those are like the basic elements of what to look for in an autograph. No streaks, and whether it's on the sticker or completely on the card. And then for patches, patches are difficult, man. Thicker cards are very difficult as well. There's just more surface area for lower grades. One thing I'd just like collectors to know is you got to observe the windows. So around the windows, a lot of times the card can get creased, on some of the corners where the die cut of the window is. And also a lot of times there's pressures or fray along those edges, inside that window as well. And all of those attributes are graded. So it just gives you more, room to get a lower grade, to be honest with you.
I've never got a grade higher than a 7 on a patch card.
It's tough.
So I just stopped grading. I'm like, oh no, I'm not even doing this.
Thick cards, especially with PSA, are tough, and that's why a lot of the thicker cards you see in Beckett.
Now, think about, as we talked about grading, though, think about in the future, you get a thick card, RPA, that's a PSA 1010.
Listen, they're not ghosts. They happen. They happen. I have them. Other people get them, but they're hard to get. I think they're more prevalent on let's say national treasures, where you have a white, where you have white on the back of the card, right? Sure. White kind of hides fray a bit better than an all black card, which will show the chipping, on the backside and things like that. That's why, like the Steph rookie, is so few 10s, and because the back design is black, and you can see every little chip and wear on the backside.
Very true. What was the last time? Tell us a story where you received a card at a table, and for whatever reason, it could be the value, it could be what it meant to you. You talked about what teams you root for, what players you root for. You saw a card and you was like, wow.
It happens. So at the last West Coast card show,
you saw some. I saw some of your videos. You saw
that there was a National Treasures Mahomes at a 10 that came by, and that thing was a smoke show. Wow, it was so nice. There's a lot of what's so cool about the West Coast show is there weren't big shows, here for the longest time, but there were collectors. And there's so many gentlemen and ladies too that just have had cards stashed, and they'll come out once a year and then kind of just like in kind of incognito fashion. Like this dude had about $1 million worth of cards in like a plastic grocery bag, and no one would have ever known. And then he just, pulls out one card, and then he finally pulls out this Mahomes, and it was gorgeous. It was nice. It's just a beautiful, large AFC patch, pristine Patrick Mahomes auto, and it's one of the most valuable cards on the planet.
Yeah, I know you see a lot all over the country.
Wow, it's crazy. Like the amount of like Lucas that are out here. The West Coast show, you get a lot of gentlemen from Hawaii and from Asia coming over, and the cards that they bring over are just absolutely insane. Oh, yeah. Especially in basketball.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Mr. Monty, I think we've flown through our questions in record time.
In record time. Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about sports now, because you're a Wizards fan. You got any predictions for this upcoming basketball season?
Yeah, we're winning the championship, baby.
I like it. I like the delusional confidence.
Delusional confidence is my
As
middle
a
name.
Bulls fan, I think the same thing. Delusional confidence. I like it.
Hey, it's
you
Lakers
can
fans.
only go up,
Lakers fans
right?
out here the same thing. So all good.
I think the Commanders' success has set a new standard in Washington. We gutted our organization 2 years ago. We brought in, some of the GMs from Golden State and like some of the best from throughout the NBA, and we just rebuilt the entire squad. So guys like AJ Johnson, we got in a trade from Milwaukee. He's very athletic, can't dribble, but he's very athletic. He can't dribble or shit.
Look like the short, but he's very athletic.
Very athletic. Great for Duncan. Got to dribble first. But yeah, guys like Trey's going to be really good. Bilal, Bub. So they're young. Andre Sarr is going to just have an insane season. Like he played one summer league game, and they're like, "Nope, we're hiding you." Like no one's going to know. Like he had 8 blocks or something ridiculous in the summer league. Like dude, that kid's gonna be good.
Well, these kids are coming in. We just heard about Wemby and we heard about Lively. They're still growing.
Yeah.
You got guys' wingspans are changing, their height is changing, they're able to take on more weight, so they're becoming grown men. So and Sarr struggled some his rookie year, but I always tell people now in basketball, you're gonna have 4 or 5 years of development with some of these guys before they take off.
Yep, of course. And I think people are, they're starting to realize that a lot more. It's a lot of guys can break into the league, but to do really well, you gotta train a little bit more. You can't have 1 year of college or 1 year in in the minors and expect to do well. Like it's a craft. Yeah, keep on building it and building it. I think you're going to see more development from the leagues because you can't have an Anthony Richardson just where the guy's out inaccurate, but you're drafting him on his potential. You gotta have the skills.
And that's the guy who can throw the ball 65 yards. But
not accurately.
Where's that gonna land at?
Exactly. Same thing with basketball. You can be athletic, but you gotta be able to dribble or shoot. One of the two.
And we see that now in basketball. We see the erosion. I always talk about Zion Williamson. I mean, he's going to do a 180 dunk. He's going to take it through the leg. He's going to power dunk it. You're going to be like, whoa, ESPN is coming through with the camera. But you don't see a jump shot.
Nope. He's got a pretty decent jumper. I remember one of his games, I guess his first game back, he had a couple threes.
I think he hit 3 threes that night. Yeah.
He's good. Zion's good. He's in the wrong place. And his agent can't get him out of there fast enough. He hasn't done image-wise, he hasn't done a lot for himself.
No.
He's not leaving until the year after he signs his next deal. This is a contract year for him. That's why he came in this year.
And there's weight.
You see that with superstars, though, right? They sign that first rookie max deal. Then the year after, all right, I'm ready. Now, let's go, right? They don't finish out that rookie max deal contract they get.
And his cards are soaring right now. A lot of people are making that same bet. So Wemby, tanked after his injury. Everybody, moved his cards to, clear up capital. His cards went down 40%. People have been scooping him up since way before. I remember a lot of flippers were telling me they couldn't find a single Wemby at the National because everybody's older.
I think Carlotta yesterday had a white sparkle rookie year PSAT, $13,000. So it's starting to go up.
Yeah, and Zion's, I looked at a couple. I looked at his Prism rookie, Silver Prism. It's $350 now. I remember that thing was at $150.
I remember that too.
So I mean, it's climbing, and people are, he's inexpensive enough to get back into. I mean, at one point, I remember what was that show? Was it the premiere at the Boys and Girls Club during the pandemic? I mean, that Silver PSA 10 was what $5,000, something insane like that, like maybe 10, who knows? I mean, I like Zion, like he sparked the hobby, like it was.
It's dynamic to watch, and people like that.
Yeah. I mean, like that Prism card where he's dunking like this. I mean,
Yeah, he's got it back there.
He's a really iconic card, in my opinion, and I think it's that card brought so many people into the hobby because not since Shaq had one player been just so hyped before.
I agree with that.
Like, so it was. I'm still rooting for him, because he brought so many people into the hobby.
Well, there are three players to me. To me, Zion, LaMelo Ball, and Ja Morant had such a hold on what most people are looking for, or what most people are thinking about when it comes to basketball. Any one of those guys plays along so many games in a season, or has a real breakout year, that stuff is going to take off.
Absolutely, yeah. It's they're and these guys are still getting better. Like Lonzo is LaMelo, excuse me, is getting better and better. You can see him getting better and better each year. They're building a squad around them. So yeah, there's the NBA. Ratings are down, but the players are getting better, which is really cool.
Well, I think a lot of this has to do with you got to transition. You're moving away from LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden, over to a whole new crop of people. And we got to find out who they are. Who's who? Shea broke out and said, you know what? I'm going to win this. I'm going to do that. But who else is coming?
Luka's committed. Luka's got that laser focus.
Yeah.
I think Wemby's still a game changer. Like if you just pray he stays healthy enough for a full season, but when he plays, he's dynamic. Like it's cool.
He's going to play hard.
I don't say this about Wemby. If he stays healthy, they need to make the playoffs. They need to.
They will. Like he changes games. Like dudes are like scared to drive. Like they're like, whoa, all right. Like his hand, like his arm reaches.
Yeah,
he's like 10 players.
I love seeing him and Chet battle.
So do I. No? So do I.
Over a steak or like?
No, just matched up against each other, right? There are similar builds, similar size, similar skill set. Wemby maybe a little more skilled, but they take that challenge seriously. When they face each other, they take that big man challenge, like that unicorn challenge, seriously. And I like to see that because you don't see the NBA take that one-on-one challenge seriously anymore. Like I'm gonna beat you.
That's true.
Oh yeah, no more Magic Bird, no more Isaiah Jordan,
no more Kobe
Jordan.
Kobe LeBron. LeBron's that story. He thought this was a play. It is meant, no, I'm just gonna take you one-on-one. Woo. Right. Everybody move out the way. I'm taking you. Right? You don't see that a lot in the NBA.
Hey, Mr. Smithy, I gotta ask you this question. Big John, you know how I feel. So LeBron James comes out with I'm gonna make an announcement. And then he comes out and makes an announcement about Hennessy VSOP. What do you think of? Like, what is that? What do you think?
About Hennessy VSOP?
Did
he do that recently?
He did. So he announced yesterday that I have a big announcement, and he calls it, what, Big John?
Decision 2.
Decision 2. And then, so this morning at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he announces that he has a collaboration with a Hennessy VSOP, and he crowns the bottle in the commercial, and he talks about what drinks you can make with this, and that was his big announcement. And there are people who are like, this guy must really need attention to go through all of this for a marketing deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, plus he's drinking at 9 a.m. That's what's up with that. But like, I mean, like, dude, he's gonna be retired soon. So like, probably this year. So gotta find a side hustle.
But so it's a troll job. That was a complete troll job.
Do you think that was made like on like Sora, like if that's like AI or something like that, or is that like real?
That was real. Jordan said that was Hennessy's idea.
Oh, Hennessy. Okay, thanks, D.
But Jordan, I asked, So a lot of people are pitching stuff to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, let's do that." Like that's the one that he pulled out the straw at the hat.
But I feel like when he retires, he's going to force himself.
He's going to
everything
from nowhere. Jordan says we're hating, but we're being real. Jordan, he's jumping out of nowhere with this stuff.
Like you see Tom Brady doing football games, but he didn't force himself to be in that spot. It seems like, right? And even when he's calling games, it's not about him when he's calling it. It's Peyton Manning. You see him sitting in the spotlight and doing ESPN, but it's not about him when he's calling the game, giving his opinion. And I just feel like you see LeBron, he gets out of the playoffs. There's award season. He's got to make a comment. He's got to go do something on social media to be talked about. And I just feel like when he retires, he's going to be every other week on Twitter or doing something. Get a post on Instagram or something. I can still play. You're going to see him dunking with Bronny. Like, you just can't go sit down for a moment and just like he's Nicki Minaj in that sense, where if somebody else is on top, he's got to insert himself into it.
Let's also let people know out there that Jordan here is a huge LeBron fan. So anything we say is bashing, just so everybody knows. So everybody knows.
Yeah. I mean, he did that one movie once with like Amy Schumer and that dating movie, and people said he was a good actor, and so he had to move to LA.
He did Space Jam 2, and that was trash.
And don't forget House Party. Let's not forget House Party.
Oh, House Party.
Yeah, he was the executive producer.
Oh,
and that was trash too.
It was trash. It shouldn't have been made.
That's two separate.
Opportunities, right? He's doing it.
He is doing it. He's shaking it up.
He's doing it.
Him and Matt Carter are getting together and brainstorming. He's thinking about this Euro League. He's brainstorming. So
I just think when it comes to him in his movies, he can't have an original idea. They don't pitch him original movies. It's always something somebody else has done. Like, I understand people want to see a Space Jam 2. You ain't have to make that, bro. Like House Party,
but sometimes you gotta like do that stuff in order to get in, So you gotta like pay for play,
That is true. But like House Party is sacred, and it's a sacred movie. House Party 1 and 2.
But I think that movie was made, and he jumped in on the end of an independent project and tried to, do it.
Lend his name to it for credibility.
Yeah.
I was doing the Kid and Play Dance, but
I saw that.
That's
what will his what will his going away tour be like? That's the question. What would that be like?
On the bench.
Right.
If I think you will get the retirement announcement.
I think it's happening this year.
After All-Star break. Or during
you don't think he's going to go a whole year?
No, he's going to announce it first day and then like just parade around the league and jerseys and pictures and shit.
That's what I think. Rocking chairs and ceremonies before the game and at halftime. And
chase that farewell cheer.
Oh, dude.
You have to think guys lined up.
Rocking chairs.
Didn't somebody give Kobe a rocking chair?
I think so.
Something gave him a rocking chair.
Yeah.
That'd be hysterical if somebody gave him a rocking
chair. Man, just get ready, get your popcorn ready. You have 10 guys lined up.
Even better, him and Chris Paul would announce their retirement together, and they just both have a retirement tour.
Do they like each other, or do they like each other?
Yeah,
they're real close.
They tight.
Okay.
But they jump on boats together. What do they call it? The boat boys?
The banana boat?
Yeah.
Banana boat boys.
I think it's funny. I think LeBron fans are what make people just like LeBron more than anything. But now that he's an active Hall of Famer, like, well, he's the only player to be active Hall of Fame, but Jordan wasn't in the Hall of Fame. Sir, shut up. He's in the Hall of Fame for the Olympic team, not with individual. They were putting that team in. That team, it was, time for that team to go in. He's just still playing.
Yeah.
Him and Chris Brown. I mean, it's a cool thing to have. Him and Chris Paul are both the only two players to be actively in the Basketball Hall of Fame and still playing. But we don't count that as being for your greatness, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like great player.
Hey, go get your Hennessy VSOP.
I mean, it does sound delicious, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, but
do you drink, Mr. Mizzy?
Yeah.
Have you ever had Hennessy?
Of course.
Okay, I just asking because
and Hennessy and Alizé mixed up, but back in the day,
back in the day,
1990s, right there.
Oh yeah,
Incredible Hulk.
But yeah, I mean, dude, LeBron. I mean, he's just old. He's just old.
Nah.
Of course, you got the most amount of points. You played the longest. Okay, next. But,
so, Mr. Mitchell, what shows are you going to coming up? What can people find you from now to the end of the year?
We got Dallas. We've got Toronto. Let's check the schedule. I'll be at the Chicago Spectacular. The Sport Card Expo in Toronto, the Dallas Card Show, and I might make a special appearance at the Nashville Card Show. I've never been to that, and I've been wanting to go, so might be there. Yeah, I mean, are there any other SoCal shows? Like, can I tell you a funny story real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
So I've been home for since the last Dallas show. So first week of September.
Mm-hmm.
I've been home. I haven't been home for like 4 or 5 straight weeks in a long time. And I'm like, sweet, man, I'm going to go to a regional. I'm going to went back to the premiere shows, where I first met you. And so like, all right, cool. I know that they're at the new Delta Hotel in that area. So I just quickly look it up and I don't like really read it. I just kind of skim it. And so I get there, wrong date. It's in like Pasadena. And then I go there the next week. All right. And then it's like, oh, the show's on Sunday, not Saturday. So I can't get to the show.
They have switched it up. Yeah.
The I haven't been to a front row show recently. I've heard they're pretty insane. Like that
they are
growing a lot.
Very busy. A lot of transactions going on. Yes.
Heck yeah.
Have you set up at a front row show?
I had at the very beginning. I had, and it was a nice show. And then I was slacking on my pimping, and I could not get back in. So, yeah,
I think it'd be a great show for you. I think you have a lot of people coming by.
A lot of people coming by. And there's also there's also great people, and in the space as well in SoCal. I mean, John's great. The Slab Doctor. He's fantastic. He's been, he's been. Part of the Orange County, Southern California scene for a long time. He's a staple here, and I know other guys have come up as well. So, there's I can't wait to do another Southern California show. There's a lot of competition now, so too. So it's kind of wild, but yeah, how about you guys? Any new shows for you? What are the East Coast shows like? The Connecticut shows?
The Connecticut show, the biggest one is EC3 Con. Scott's a great promoter. Show's grown over the last 2.5 years. So a really big shows like it's in Mohegan Sun.
I've heard of that show. Okay, yeah.
And the last show was like almost 200 tables. So it's very big. It's a very good show. That's going to be in November. I'm going to stop by there. My goal next year is to be a vendor at that show, one of the shows. So that's one of my next year goals. One of the things that me and both FD do, we kind of go through our yearly goals, whether it's buying cards and stuff. And one of my things were to just experience every step of the hobby and that I can at some point, whether from selling on eBay to buying on different platforms. I'll try a new platform. I'll try a new grading company to an extent, just to see, to an extent.
Yeah.
Because I believe these new grading companies, Tag, Arena Club, some of the things they do, if it's done well, PSA will adopt it somehow, some way. And if you were there at the beginning for those companies, and you see what Arena Club does, what PSA does now, you're like, I know where they got that from. I know where they got that idea from because you see it somewhere else. But with I feel like just like you started your business and it's kind of innovating a sector of the hobby, there's going to be innovation somewhere. And I'm willing to try some new things, and just for the experience, that I have a valid opinion about it. So that's the show, a big show. I want to be able to set up at a big show and see how that feels. But to do that, I got to get into Pokemon. So that show is everything now is Pokemon heavy, 70% Pokemon. But that show, it's 50-50 from a sports to Pokemon vendor. But if you got Pokemon, you're gonna have people at your table all day long.
It's insane, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's I mean, those are great goals. I mean, the hobby's all about having fun, and if you've got goals along with it, that's amazing. And yeah, dude, Pokemon is just insane. Like it's 70%, 65% of PSA's business. Like it's taking over, and like it's really easy for a lot of sports guys to like write it off.
Mm-hmm.
And but Pokemon has a 25-year plus history, right? Mm-hmm. So like the product came out, they've had 25 seasons of Pokemon, and they're having their final seasons on Netflix and on Amazon Prime, and they're going to have new seasons coming out afterwards. So like they've been around for in people's young collectors eyes and TVs for over 25 years. That's you can't fake that. Like that's like real cultural relevancy.
Yeah.
Very Yankees true. Won.
Yeah, I just saw that. 9-6. Yeah.
But if you like, we talk about why shows are necessary, and one of my main reasons for going to shows is that doing this just behind a computer or phone screen is boring. It's boring, and
the interaction is important.
And uninspiring real quickly. If all you did for the 3 months is buy and sell, via spreadsheet and create spreadsheets, actually going to talk to people, shaking hands, and having a laugh with somebody, it's good.
The social aspect that's coming about the hobby is amazing. Like when I was growing up, it used to be like just me, going through my cards and my Beckett, on my floor or at my table, like as a kid, and just like, it was just like by myself and in silence, just kind of like nerding out at stats and numbers and, the design of the cards and stuff. And, it wasn't until, right around COVID, like, dude, I didn't know people had like Instagram pages dedicated, to their personal collections. I was buying lots for 8 years prior to that, and I had no idea. Like, so like the social aspect is really, really important to the hobby. Just like the bonds that we have with other collectors are like stronger than some of our other bonds, because we're being our true, like authentic selves, and it's really important, and it's really cool to to vibe with other collectors.
Yeah, very true. So I want to ask you a question. We talked about your travel schedule. We talked about taking on submissions at shows. Do you take submissions that are shipped to you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, collectors from around the world can send us cards for evaluation and prep service, and for grading submissions. So, MrMinty.com, grading and submissions. We also, have office hours by appointment, where collectors locally in Southern California can, drop off, cards for, the same services. So it's really cool. We're just here for, the hobby, and to be a positive, a positive place, for the hobby to help collectors. Yeah, so we got the steps here. We got, our process, frequently asked questions, the services we offer. We have a two-step process of grading and prep service and card prep service, then grading submission, because we don't want collectors to spend unnecessary money. So we're not going to send in a card that's going to get a 6 for them. We're going to provide transparency so they can make a great decision of whether to spend the money or not. Along with our recommendations. So got the microscope. So yeah, thanks, man.
And the website is very easy to navigate, everybody.
It is.
Thank you.
So, and again, unlike some other people, you see it says right, the 100% substance free. So
it's really important to us. It's really important to us, that we. That we abide by, the standards of all the grading companies. We have the privilege to, walk in, all of our submissions at PSA, we walk in and pick up, several times a week. We fly out to Beckett, and do the same hand delivering and pickup processes, for safety, but also, for customer reassurance. Like we truly try to give the mint glove experience to all of our clients.
The Mint Club. I like that. I just learned recently about your hand-to-hand, your door-to-door service on things, and it's much more. It's a lot of customer service involved in taking care of people and putting
the biggest thing missing from the hobby, man. Like, it was crystal clear that like nobody gave a shit about the customers, and everybody was just transacting. Like, and it was mind blowing that like there was no customer service, and a lot of collectors want it, and a lot of collectors need it. There's gentlemen that have busy schedules, that and they have awesome collections, and they just need us to do the heavy lifting for them, or somebody that's brand new to the hobby, or somebody that's been inherited a collection or has been out of the hobby for a while. They need that extra attention and help. And we're here to help them.
Well, I will tell you, I will be picking up submission kit in the coming weeks.
You got it. After this, I'll give you a code. So
take a
code for you, right?
Well, Mr. Minty, you should know Big John is meticulous himself about going through his cards, reviewing, and making sure he has a process that he's taking his cards through before they go to grading. So
my light has a magnifier on top of it.
That's dope.
I take my time to go through it. I, don't submit a lot of things. I try to wipe my cards down with a microfiber, got a blue light to make sure I don't see any whiting or scratches like that.
Very, very important.
So, it's important for me to do it myself to learn.
I completely agree. And that's where all this started for me, right? Like, because I would just be going through my own cards, and trying to understand why this got this and why this got that, and just realize all these products are scattered across the universe, right? There's no one place to buy them all, and these are really core products for collectors. So, I did it.
Bring it all together.
Yeah. Put it all together. So
hey,
great. And John, if you all collectors, if you have any questions, there's a messenger on my website, mrminty.com, or Mr. Minty _supply. Feel free to ask me a question. I get them all day long. So feel free, if you have a question, what do I think about this? Or, your card has XYZ attributes, you want to know what's going on, happy to help.
So you're meticulous when you're trying to buy stuff on eBay and you're just looking at the pictures. Are you meticulous how you for yourself?
I'm the worst.
Does it stop you from buying things?
I'm the worst, dude. It's like some guys I know, they'll just buy. When it comes in, they'll take a quick look at it. If it's a no, they'll just ship it back, and that's their process. Me, I'm like, I'm scoping everything. I'm that guy at the dealer tables, like checking out other people's graded cards with a microscope, and they just look at, or with a magnifier, and they look at me like I'm crazy, and just like, because I am. But yeah, I think you got to be meticulous. I like my cards nice. So
I was telling you before we got on, I'm looking at Jamar Chase card, and they only went for $2, but I didn't buy it because the right edge was. I just seen a lot of fraying in the picture. I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time to buy it and submit it.
Definitely not.
I
Definitely.
didn't.
eBay has great pictures, and there's so much room. Like, I think value bulk is still like the best play, in the hobby. If you find a bunch of $5 cards and then become $130, it's great value.
Big man. Yeah,
Great, like, it's like no matter where you are in your process, like everybody starts at the same place right here, and the best way to grow is just, take advantage of the of the value and value bulk. Like I know plenty of guys that they just, even Roth started with like $100 or 200. Josh Roth,
yeah,
hit up some value boxes, made some profits, and then just kept on rolling and reinvesting and rolling and reinvesting. It's really, the best play. I mean, dollar boxes are fantastic. I mean, I found a Barry Bonds tops traded Tiffany in a dollar box, and that's a $800 card. It just looks exactly like the regular one. And there's so many stories out there that like dollar boxes are just amazing. So it's
dollar boxes are amazing, and they're fun to go through. They're hard to build. I tell you that.
Yeah.
And before I was going to shows every quarter, I would just go through my cards and I didn't know this is number and he's hot, and start pulling stuff out and just putting it on eBay because I forget what I had.
That's the beauty of it. Or maybe they were nobody then, and then they just sparked, and that's the cool thing about it, like it's that's what makes this hobby so fun.
It does. Sir, I've learned so much about you today that I did not know.
Likewise, guys. It's been a true pleasure.
Yeah, it really has. Big John, do you have any more questions?
I don't have any more questions. We already kept it for 2 hours. I want to keep you all night.
Yeah, I appreciate your time.
We talked for a while.
It's my pleasure, but now I'm going to get some Hennessy because you guys got that sunk in my head. So.
Yeah, make sure you put a crown on it before you pop. Put the crown on it, bro. Next time we'll get some VSOP and sit down and chill.
Let's go. Well, cheers, guys. Have a great night. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you, brother.
Collecting and keep it minty. And if you guys have any questions, you or your fans, just let me know. I'll give you guys a discount code. I'll set one up. It'll be good for a week. It'll be rolling. It'll be good for 20% off all products at the site. And I'll set that up now. It'll be ROLLIN. And yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you, brother.
We'll make sure we tell everybody and put it in.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put a video out on that. Thank you, sir.
Hell yeah. Let's go, guys. Talk to you.
Talk to you. Mr. Monty's in the house.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of them kids. That's a good value, $50.
Great value, man. So, I remember when he first came out with the one that he has now. It's a great value. It's been a pleasure getting to know him better. It's good.
Yeah, that was fun. Like I told my wife before we started, week one of 3 good guests. So
what I'm gonna try to do now, I think what we can do is keep building on that, see what we can make November, and how we can end out this year. I think it'll be fun. There are some people that I know I want to go after. Some I've had on before, some I have not. So
yeah,
we
still got that one show to shut up.
Yeah, with Quiet Card Podcast.
Yep.
We got to get Quiet Card on here. I get Yabo, Jerry, and Imani up in here.
So, cool. How was your fantasy football week? You wanna go through that?
Oh, I lost this week. I'm 2-3 right now. I was winning going into the last game. I was winning going into the Patriots game, but then Stephon Diggs went off like he should, playing against the Buffalo Bills, which was his old team. And then on Monday night, Travis Kelce had a pretty good game. So I ended up losing by, I think, like 18, 19 points. I told Big John and I told Jordan up in here that it's just making me pay attention to football, and it's kind of fun. I haven't had so many. I think I had 2 consecutive losses under 5 points, under 6 points. I haven't had that ever. So usually I lose or I win, but it's been fun though. I have no complaints. I think Monty put together a good league. We have good people in there who drafted competitive teams. If you notice, most scores are not lopsided. I mean, you got people in there, so it's cool to me. I'm having fun with it. I think hopefully we can come back and my goal is to always make it to the playoffs. So hopefully I can try to do that, and then we'll see. If I don't, then I'll cheer my people on who are in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson getting hurt has kind of rocks me a little bit, but I think it's also a good challenge to be able to compensate for that. So that's what I'm all about right now.
This is the second week in a row I've got somebody put on injured reserve.
Oh wow!
My tight end from Jacksonville went on injured reserve this week. Last week it was Trey Benson from the Cardinals who went on injured reserve. So like
that's perfect, John.
I'm back. I'm going back and trying to add some people every week. Like
to that free agency area, and there's not much happening out there. And everybody's running to get Carolina's running back. We'll see what happens with that.
And they can have him. He's not gonna have him. Take
Rico
Dowdy's good. Like he's a South Carolina kid.
Yeah.
So I like him, but I'm not rushing to get him.
Yeah, close games are fun. Use rolling, people.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, let me get that up.
Is that our first discount code for somebody?
Yeah, we'll have fun with that. I think we could probably talk that up more than what I do. We could do that. So we'll keep that in mind for the end of 2025, beginning of 2026. It's interesting. Yeah, the Pacers played tonight. Preseason, and who else played? Pacers played the Timberwolves. Bulls played the Cavs.
Yeah.
I mean, most of these starters are not playing. I don't even know that Anthony Edwards played in that. Yeah, he played 19 minutes. Okay.
Why is everybody injured on Memphis to start the year?
Well, who is it besides Ja and Jerry Jackson Jr.?
Ja's injured. Jerry Jackson. Edie's injured.
Yeah, Edie's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah.
Edie's another guy. Let me just say this. I don't think he's gonna have a long career. He's very robotic runner. How he moves his body is not fluid. So I just don't. I could be wrong. You could say, "Hey, FT, you didn't call that before he got hurt." But just looking at him, you know how I feel about Wemby. I love his game. I like to see him play for 20 years. I just don't see that. And I like to look at players and lean on history. And so I haven't seen a 7'4" guy in 76 years of basketball have a long career. Hopefully Wemby does. I just don't see that. I think he's the guy that you'll always ask yourself, what if? And wonder. But we'll see. Yeah, but Memphis, man, since Josh said I'm fine in the West, he ain't been fine in the West.
Well,
so.
Yeah, this is why I'm going to show you something right now. And this is why I'm like buying out all of my cards right now that I've been putting on eBay. Let me show you.
I have no running backs. Yeah, they're hard. It's hard to find when something happens. What we got here?
Look at this Wemby. These two Wembys here.
Mm-hmm.
So they are one $36 on bids.
Mm-hmm.
$75 buying now.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, that $36. How much longer?
Huh? No, that was these are some.
Okay.
This is why I am all my slabs. I am just buying it now, right now, and seeing what happens. Yeah, that's $40 missing in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And he played good. And he played good in the game.
If he's playing, he's going to play well. I don't think there's any question about Wemby's performance or anything like that. If he's playing, he's going to do well.
But there's no rhyme or reason why you got a $40 difference on a PSA 10 besides the fact it was on bids.
And hold on, what was the grade of the one that's $75?
PSA 10.
And okay, I got you. Yeah.
Like there's no rhyme in my mind. There's no rhyme or reason for them to be that far off.
Yeah,
besides, I mean, and the bids could have ended at a weird time. It could have ended at 2:00 in the afternoon. But you don't have to worry about it. Buy now. I put slabs up tonight from that didn't set the show. Buy now.
You put some links on Instagram too. Did you put links? Did you put links
on Instagram? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I haven't done that in a while, but I did. I'm not a fan of doing my own story sales.
Why not?
Because I don't want to make Instagram deals with people I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Right. I know I've made my first Instagram deal, but the person we've talked, almost daily for 6-7 months. Like I trust doing like that. I don't want somebody send a card I like, and then this is the first time we interact and it's a sale.
Hey, I only do an Instagram deal with someone I know,
right.
Or if you told me, if I knew that you knew him, and I said, "Hey, Big John, what's up?" and you told me that person's quality to deal with, then I'm doing a deal. Other than that, now I may ask somebody, "What's your price on that?" Because people are starting to sell a bunch of curries at some crazy prices. So I'll ask just to get an understanding, but probably not doing that deal.
But even with my deal, I was like, "Hey, I can put it on Instagram, on eBay for you, if whatever you feel comfortable with." Like,
I've done that too before.
I'm okay with putting stuff on eBay and taking the hit. Like, I'll take the hit for the shipping. I'll take the hit for the fees. Listen, we agree on this amount. I'll lower it so you ain't got to pay shipping.
That's right.
Like, I'm not worried about it at that point. I want a smooth deal. That's all. I want a smooth deal back and forth. And then afterwards, we can do it. Because even when I see someone on story sales or I see someone on eBay and I know their Instagram, I'm talking to them like, "Hey, I will still buy. If you want to do it off Instagram, fine, but I will still buy it on Instagram. On eBay if you want to." Like I don't like. One thing that I don't like that I don't anybody that has like a legit check on their Instagram, I'm not buying from you. That's the same shit.
A legit check?
Yeah, so people put that first save pin pictures like a legit check. So people like, "Oh, you can check they talk they did deal with you and I'm a legit person to deal with." I don't trust it.
Oh. I can't mess with anybody that I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I used to put up
even about eBay, I'm looking to see, do I know this person?
Mm-hmm. I used to put up all my eBay listings on my story, and I just stopped doing it. But I decided, hey, why not bring it back? Because I think story sales are cool.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have Jordan back on again.
We do, so we can argue.
I haven't had a chance to catch up with Jordan in a while. I didn't know Jordan was a Commanders fan.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, what's the background on that? How did that kick off? Did we talk about this?
I think we talked about it before, yeah.
Yeah, I did talk. Oklahoma City doesn't have any major injuries. We shall see. I want to see teams ball, man.
The Yankees balled out tonight.
We want to have like 3 more weeks. NBA starts.
Mm-hmm. Kyle Raleigh hit a home run first of the postseason, so pretty good.
How far do you think Seattle's going?
I mean, Seattle can win it all.
You think he's MVP?
He should be.
So it's him and Ohtani?
I think it's him and Monty, yeah. You can't tell me six. If he doesn't win, then you're telling me that 60 home runs mean nothing. You've told
I think he's going to win.
You've told everybody for the last 10 years that batting average don't mean nothing, and it's all about home runs.
Oh, okay. Because the last almost 30, 60 home runs have been everything. Do you think this dude's legit long term?
Nah, he's a catcher. It's a good year, good stadium. I mean, he probably.
And it's because you're saying that so the people out there know, because catching is hard on the body.
Catching's hard on the body. He's probably a 30 to 45 home run hitter for the next 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
Catching is hard on your body.
They haven't talked about as a catcher for years to come. Yeah, Pops in Dallas fan wanted to go against him again during the year Washington was winning at that time, so there it was.
Anyway, so if you guys have questions for Chris Hoge next week, send it to us.
Bring it.
Let's bring it.
It's gonna be a great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you got questions that's brewing for them card sharks out of Atlanta, go ahead and let us know. That's gonna be a great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The Vlad ass be running on these bases, man. I'm so happy he shed those pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy. That was just. I wish TC would have did it as a player. It's just holding him back. I wish David Wells would have did it as a player, because he's not running the bases like that.
No.
Years.
CC was drinking heavily, though.
Who?
CC was drinking heavily.
Yes. Well, you know his background. You know his childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So CC was pitching with. This is what I was talking about today with Chris Jones.
Yeah.
It's something going down, man. And then after that, he deletes his Instagram, deletes everything.
Yeah. That lack of effort was uncharacteristic of Chris Jones.
No, you've never seen that guy like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big Chris Jones fan, but you've never seen him like that.
No.
It was like he was trying to come out of it, then still back in it, and just do at the best seat in the house.
Mm-hmm. And again, but you just don't see him not put in effort.
No.
And that's a rare thing. Like, something's going on.
I just wonder if these teams, when these players face adversity in life and deaths and divorces and illnesses with children, I know these teams have counselors and therapists to talk to. I just hope these guys and young ladies can get what they need, because, man, being in a physical sport, any sport, and you're not locked in I can't even. That Chris Jones play, when I saw your post, I was like, yeah, it's wild. I wish him the best. I hope everything. There's just so much going on, man, and you got all year long for 4 months, your body's hurting. And if you can't lock in on just recovery, okay, I'm running against the wall every game, all game long. Just let me recover for these couple of days and get with the training staff and get some kinks worked out and get in the cold bath. If your mind is on a bunch of other stuff, that's rough. Can't. That is rough. And we've seen recently some retired players passing away. Things happen. Just had a Baltimore Ravens player that won a Super Bowl with Ray Lewis, D. Lyman, passed away the other day. 36 years old, I think. 36 or 39. Yes. And then we saw the former Cincinnati Bengals player.
Pac-Man.
No, not Pac-Man. What was his name? Rudy Johnson. Rudy Johnson passed away. Now, he played with Ocho back in Cincinnati, and it's just sad to see, man. So, anything else going on in the world of sports or entertainment or news? I hear people don't like the Taylor Swift album. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, it's getting bad reviews, but it's not like something I was going to listen to anyway, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to any new music. Matter of fact,
since that the two brothers,
the Clips album, yeah.
Since the Clips, I still play that almost daily.
Matter of fact, I need to go listen to something, and so I get my Spotify end of the year playlist top 10 right.
Better get yourself connected to the writings on the wall, because if your mind's neglected, stumble, you might fall. Yeah, this is true. You got to lock in, and people. This is not just for athletes.
Hold on, this ain't true. This ain't true.
All of us, we got to lock in. And I hate to use that term so much, but know your goals and what you're trying to do, and kind of try to stabilize your mind, and your body will follow. It's not easy. I mean, as we get older and we have family members leaving us, and we got a lot of stuff going on. We're all at ages now where you're almost stretched, right? You got your elders that you're trying to take care of, and trying to make sure your children are right. And please don't have close friends. Herbert is the real deal. Hopefully. We'll see. There are a lot of quarterbacks right now who have to do something. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. They got to do something. They've been dancing around. They got to do something. So we'll see. Yeah, Brendan, I can see what I did. That's what I've been trying to do personally. Just focus on some goals. Make sure I'm taking care of myself in the process, and keep that thing moving.
Yeah, because I had a rough week after last week. Tooth pain, had to go to the dentist to get teeth pulled. I don't go to the dentist doctor I don't go to the doctor for no pains unless it's in my mouth, and I cannot deal with the nerves.
That's
generally speaking, I pull my own teeth out.
And it's core to how we feel and our overall health. So it is important. Mm-hmm. It is important.
I gotta find some of these SpongeBob cards in the store, man. My daughter really, really wants some of those, so that's what I'm looking for.
SpongeBob cards?
Yeah. SpongeBob cards, man. You didn't see them?
No, I haven't seen SpongeBob.
It's nice. Sell for good money too. Yeah, it was 2 wisdom teeth roots I had to get pulled. I'm saying right now, I do not like that because, and every surgery I've had, I've been awake doing it, even when I had surgery in my head.
I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled out of the way.
Yeah, I've been awake throughout. That was probably the worst. Hearing them crack your tooth while it's in your mouth sounded like somebody dropped a brick on it. They didn't even use a drill. They just used a knife and cracked it.
Oh, no. They drilled in the corner of mine, had this pair of pliers. Mm-hmm. They had a hole that went in, the indentation that went into that hole, and it was a until they pulled that too. The dentist had to crawl on top of me. He was like, your shoulders are too wide to be on one side, so I'm going to climb on top of you. Are you okay with that? Like, yeah. This is like 20-something years ago. Climbs on top of me and just gets busy.
Nah, man. He went out. I was like, oh.
Pop that thing right out.
Do
you still have 2 more wisdom teeth?
Yeah, I got 2 more to get taken out. Where was that when they started hurting?
I just don't know if I could. Am I listening to YFN Am I listening? I don't know if is he talking to me? Is he talking to you, Big John?
Yeah. Listen, man.
I just don't know if I'm listening to that.
I listen to Jeezy, Nelly, Jay-Z, T.I.
Yeah,
That's all I'm listening to. Kanye.
I gotta pull some stuff up, Imani, because I just don't know if he's talking to me. At least the clips are around my age. I think Malice is older than me.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about something. Jid, I mean, I heard the song that he did. He's a nice rapper. He has a flow. I heard the song he made with the Clips. Imani, I just need some. You got to be talking to me. You can't just be rhyming. I got to get some life lessons up in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like by the grace of God, I mean, we can name songs off the Clips album. It's teaching. Malice is still talking about what he used to do and what he's doing now. Like dude said he lived both sides of Mason Bethel. He's been there. I don't know. I mean, I need to get this YFN. And what does YFN stand for? I think I know.
I don't know.
Remind, what's this? What is YF? At least let me know what I'm
The only
doing.
thing I know about Lucci is that he dated Lil Wayne's daughter.
And what's her name? I think I know who you're talking about.
Regine?
Yeah.
That's all I know. Brendan says 4 years. Did he come back to us inevitable?
He's actually going to be out before 4 years.
2.
Like really 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy will be on streets getting it. They say he already had speaking engagement set up. He just told them push that back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there. Don't worry about it. What was up, my man dropping to his knees and on the floor and all that? So was that the theatrics?
Yeah. You talking about locking me up for 2 more years? I'm just saying.
Bro, you know you're gonna be well taken care of.
Dang.
You know Diddy run.
Bill, I ain't trying to be behind no balls.
Bro, you know Diddy run that city, man.
The fact that he got locked up in New York is crazy.
Diddy and Will Smith, not the Will Smith that's out now. Not the Will Smith that's. Nobody wants to hear that. The one on the street in Britain, nobody wants to hear that. Anytime you got to be rapping and be like, that ain't, bro. You're not Millie Mail in them back in the day, man. It's not happening. Will Smith just needs to stop rapping, man. I don't know what this is or what he's trying to do with it.
Listen, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, Aisha Curry, they all need to just stop talking.
You know what though? You know what's funny?
And I'm on her side because I understand what she's trying to say. She just can't say it well.
What is she trying to say? What's she trying to say, Big John?
The difference between what she has and what she initially wanted, basically, and what she thought her path was going to be. Right? She really ain't saying nothing bad, but the way she's saying it and the way they're able to clip it up makes it worse than what it actually is. And sadly, we live in a time and day where that 5-second clip or that what they put on the screen is what people think it's accurate and not the whole thing you listen to.
I get it. So what's made Cal Raleigh belly? I'm looking at some highlights here. This dude's hitting the ball.
He's hitting the ball? I don't understand why catchers aren't better hitters in a general sense. Because you would think outside of a pitcher, they would know the strike zone the best.
I wonder why he can't go play first base.
He probably could.
Like to take some of that tear off in him. Like go play first base. Or why can't he be a designated hitter?
He could, but I mean, he is one of the best defensive catchers.
I mean, I get all that. Frank Thomas was a great defensive first baseman.
Mm-hmm.
I get all that, but I'm just thinking about the longevity of your career.
Well, I mean, how many years did Posey play? It's a catcher.
Great question.
He's a Hall of Famer. I think he's like 15 years a catcher.
Let me see. It was something like that. This dude was balling last season. He played from 2009 to 2021.
So 12 years.
Took 1 year off with COVID.
Yeah. Batted 302, 1,500 hits.
Yeah, he's a player.
Mm-hmm.
And he got that injury at home plate.
Mm-hmm.
That sidelined him. Yeah, he only played 45 games in 2011. Came back from that. So who's the best player on this panel here? Is it Jeter, A-Rod, or Big Pop?
Best player, stats wise or talent wise, it's probably A-Rod either way.
Why do people dislike that dude so much?
Him and Jeter are easy to dislike.
Jeter is very, to me, very easy. To me, A-Rod's is always trying to be someone's best A-Rod.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete Rose talked to this back in the day.
Poppy, I love Poppy.
Oh yeah, man. I love his story too.
Mm-hmm.
His connection to Kirby Puckett, Chicago's very own. They are good hitters. They're not power hitters. Jordan, who are you referring to?
Catchers.
Oh, well, this dude's hitting for power?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get him out of that squatting position to doing something else.
I wonder what J-Rod Card should do if they go to the World Series.
I don't think much. You think
they bounce back a little. Did I show you that? Did you see this montage 101 on Fanatics last week?
I don't think so. Can you pull it up?
You know me, I'm always going through my process.
Nothing wrong with that.
This is a nice curry, though.
Yeah, Grant? I think you sent me this, or I saw that. I think you sent me this.
I thought I sent you the other one. I didn't see this. Maybe I did.
It's nice.
I thought I sent you
101 curve. It's funny, man. 3-4 years ago, I was telling people about Steph Curry. They was like, "Man, you're crazy." Like, are y'all serious? You know who this man is?
I mean, this bank shot selling for 185. That's great ROI on the card.
Hold up. Go back up to that 10,800 out of 5. Yeah. Is that on auction or buy it now?
No, that was last week. This is closed. It was sold last week.
Man, that's a great buy. Because I've seen one of these. I think that's a great buy. Because I think those are game used patches. Can you see the back of this card if it's closed? Nope. They don't show you the back, do they? Oh, they do. Can you zoom in on that? What kind of patches?
I guarantee. Nope.
Here. All of those are event worn patches.
Yeah.
But is event game worn? No.
No.
I think that's as close as you're getting. National Treasures. I think that was game worn that year, right?
Yeah. No. Maybe.
Let me. I think there's one on eBay. Yeah, it's one on eBay. No, this is event worn. I'm telling you, I think everything that year was event worn.
This is what I showed you, and wow, I did not know it was for this little.
Yeah, that's the one you showed me. Closed at 51.
$51. I did not know it was for that little. That's crazy.
Out of 17, somebody got a great deal.
That's a crazy deal. I don't know what I was doing during this auction time, but I stopped paying attention to it. And again, white disco 75. But this right here is not 186 out of 85, but like a $30 car raw. That's a great turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome.
Well, we'll take ticket down there. Go down a little bit. Right, keep going. It's a ticket under that right there. What game is this?
New York Knicks versus.
Oh, is that when he hit the shot? Oh man, this is a great buy. $4,500.
Yeah, December 14, 2021.
With the inscription.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they got deals on here. I'm gonna start buying them from Alex all the time.
I'm telling you, I like looking before and then after. Yeah, that's for $51 out of 17. You can't tell me that's not $250 in a PSA 10.
I was about to say, Imani. Jordan is event worn. I think everything in 2009 was event worn. But there's only 99 of them. National Treasure. So, in 2011, that car was $470. Think about that, Big John.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, if I could go back and get onto my odometer and go back in time and do. Yeah, give me that curve, give me that curve, give me that curve. Oh man. I don't know if I ever walked into a hobby shop. Go ahead.
Let's see what Shohei sold. Good Shohei deals.
Ohtani. You can't get an auto for less than $5,000.
So I just bought a base Ohtani on Fire Answer that I like. Trying to do two things simultaneously, and that's build bankroll and have good stuff for a table.
I get you.
It's a very tricky line that I'm trying to walk right now. I picked this one up in a raw. This Ohtani here from Stadium Club Special Forces.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a good image of him pitching. So that's 115. I like it.
I got some raw Ohtani cards that I bought in the bulk deal 4 years ago. I need to have those things looked at.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, you can get your kit with me, That's some nice Ohtani rookies for under $200, for $200, under $250.
Mm-hmm. When these were out, I love those. Go back up. What's that? Those living. Living. I used to love those. There's so many of them made.
Mm-hmm. But again, getting Ohtani, 1 or 2 great P at the 10 for 220, 230 with the fees.
I guess I could stay busy just buying Ohtani, Steph, and Shea. I can stay. to spend my time there because I think they're right in front of our face of who they are.
I told you next year I'm just trying to pick my 5
Mhm.
and go from there.
A good question is, what will a low car that will turn into a huge car in the future? That's always a question. That's why I'm trying to buy within my price range and see what can happen. But then you got to be patient with the player's development
Mm-hmm.
because it's not going to be. It's going to be a stair step. You know.
This is not numbered. It's a short print. Interesting.
It's got like a little cracked ice feel to it.
Yeah, it's an atomic ice. That price.
Oh, Fat Joe was at the game tonight. That's funny. Could you imagine sitting down in your seats and you're sitting by Fat Joe? Night, fellas. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Jordan. How's the new place? What's going on? What's the views looking like? You look out the window. What's up? What you seeing? Everything good? Better come down for a housewarming, man.
Get some carne asada.
That's right. Tell everybody we said what's up, man.
I gotta figure out how rare this card is. Because
what's the number on it? Are you doing this PSA 10?
Yeah, not to be the card itself raw.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's raw is 500. Selling for.
So what is this card selling for right now? How many days is left on it?
This is closed. This was sold last week.
And what did it sell for?
$960. PSA 10.
Pickleball cards are going up. I heard about that. I heard about that collected about a crazy amount.
Honestly, I like going through it after a couple days after.
See what's up.
Just seeing what makes sense. Well, you see, there's anything in my budget that makes sense to grade. I dropped cards off on Friday at GameStop and got an email this afternoon that they were already at PSA.
You hold on, you dropped off when?
Friday.
Jordan, I'm happy for you, man, that you're in your new place doing your thing.
Amani, we coming back for Sundays for going through Fanatics Weekly? I think that's probably why I wasn't paying attention, because I'm usually watching them and talking to them while I'm going through cards on Fanatics buying. So I'm blaming you guys for me not buying nothing this week. That makes me feel better. You want to see if there's any shade this week?
What's that say again?
You want to see if there's any shade this week?
Yeah, let's get some shade. Shay Gilly. Anna Waters. Who's Anna Waters?
Monty, what's the winner of Olympic plays? That's what we got to figure out.
Oh, pickleball. I'm surprised Monty is not talking about Asia Wilson, but the one is Chip. It's gonna be 3 and 4.
3 and 4 years, 4 MVP.
No, it's gonna be 3 and 4 years, and 4 MVPs. So my greatness. Hold up. Go back up.
Mm-hmm.
That No Air sold for $48. Go up.
No, this is this week. This is
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
So this is what's on auction this week.
Okay.
We're doing the preview. We're doing a little preview now.
Okay. He's about to shock me. What is Trae Young gonna do? You ever gonna do anything?
No.
Oh, it's Alabama and A&M homecoming. You about to get.
Is everybody all right at A&M? Because I heard there was like either a shooting or something that happened last week in A&M.
Our cars are going up. Yeah, what's going on at A&M? Iman, you know we should plan. And I come up with these epiphanies every year, and then never come through. I think on my end, because I think on my end is always down. We should meet up in Atlanta for like 3-4 days. Just enjoy ourselves. I can go get some lemon pepper broccoli.
Lemon pepper broccoli. Honey mustard Brussels sprouts.
Honey mustard Brussels sprouts, baby. Put my napkin right here. Imani, we should meet in Atlanta. Kick it a little bit. I say this every year, and then I never come through. I think it'll be fun. Hold up. Let's look up Anna Leah Waters cars right quick before we bounce out.
This shade was I don't know why they graded this shade.
What was the grade on it?
SGC 9 sheaths. It's a $1 card. I don't know why they graded it. I don't know.
Well, you know, people got hot on these sheets. There are some misnumbered people, but people get really excited about them.
It's an Anna Lee.
Yeah, Anna Lee Waters.
I guess we should go auto, right?
Yeah.
Let's go auto.
Is number one in the world for singles, mixed doubles.
So what's the play with these, Amani? We buy them, grade them, or we just trying to flip them again? What's the move?
Magic City Classic in Birmingham. I've been to Birmingham once. Big John, you ever been to Birmingham?
Yes, I have.
Went to a wedding. People at the wedding told me I was a Yankee.
We don't. Management doesn't like to talk about my trip to Birmingham, so
okay,
bring it up.
All right. Management has spoken. That's a cool car. That but that good one. That's a cool car. Yeah, nice little autograph. Wow.
That was from China. 312. Now these prices absurd, Amani. You know, his education.
Let's go to the soul stuff. Let's see what's popping. Go to some soul. He said Pro Set 2022. 2022.
She got some Upper Deck Allure. This actually might be the card. This might be the card to look at. Like that. So you say Pro Set?
Yeah, Pro Set. 2022 Pro Set.
Oh.
It's actually a nice looking card.
That's sold for 400.
Auto's a G. I like her autograph. I like a free flowing autograph. Not just an.
Ooh. Yeah, the price is going up. People asking, correct?
It's only 500. Take me to a 10. Let me throw in PSA and see how many 10s are there of auto card. That's
There you go.
What's the number on it though?
836
836
08.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, here it is right here. So you get it. It's on the screen right here. 51064. 227. So what is that? 20% gem rate?
7-8 grand?
That's the asking for it.
That's deep. That's pretty deep.
28% gem rate.
Pretty deep. I don't mean these cards at shows. Imani, are you sending stuff at shows?
So the last one sold for 500 on the second, and that was not out of 500, out of 1,159. No, the last one out of 500 sold for basically a grand in August, and that's a PSA 9. Raw sold for 600 in July.
Oh, Leaf makes Pro Set? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now I gotta watch. You know me. I gotta go to the film.
I'm not watching Tennis Light.
Bro, her foot movement be crazy.
So there's only one card on ComC, and that's just out of 15 for $25.
Bruh, I think you want to put your eyeballs on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I might want to buy it.
I think you want to put eyeballs on her foot speed.
Pulling it up?
Yeah. I think you want to look. This woman is impressive. Check her out. You see this? Bro,
Good
this
hand
is
coordination.
what's that?
The good hand-eye coordination.
Bruh, this is next level. Close proximity?
Mm-hmm.
When she turns squares those shoulders up, she's pretty much locked in.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like I need to go watch a pickleball tournament. Man, I'm impressed. Wow. Now I'm going to be watching this stuff. I wonder how if you're a great pickleball player, how do you do on tennis court?
That is my question.
Because your paddle here is real small. How you hold up, Spotify cards. Can I see it? Can I see an example of one? I got a few non-auto for 20. Okay.
So what about her Allen and Ginter cards?
Some are cool. Baseball. I think some are cool.
I might have to get. I like the mini frames.
I remember the minis, Shohei's autographs in red ink were hot. I never forget years ago I saw Tani card where he signed his name in Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Or kanji. Or 15 grand. That card is bananas. Banana.
All right, FD.
Hey, it's been real. Want to thank Mr. Monty again. Great guest. If you missed it, please go back, watch. A lot of great answers, a lot of great questions. Big John, I always appreciate you. I always appreciate you, man, your time.
I appreciate you. Everybody, go to MrMinty.com. Use the code ROLLING, 20% off your order.
Oh, yeah. Wait till the video come out. Big John, I got to get you in this video, so I'm going to hit you up. Say whatever you want to say. We'll go through it.
Yeah. Send me something. I'll think of something in the morning.
Yeah. Gotta have you in it. Next week, Chris Hodge, House of Jordan, coming through talking about data, talking about car ladder, talking about sports, talking about Shea and Luca. I sent him
how to use car ladder.
Yes, right. We're gonna go through Carla in detail. I sent him a picture of that Shea card today. He has the same card, but the Luca version.
What he said about value on it?
I didn't even ask him that. He was just like, "Man, great card. It's a great card, man." I didn't even ask him that.
That's a good card, man. That is more than great. That's a big boy card.
I found it at a one of my favorite sellers here for $3 grand raw, and I just looked at the card online. I saw it in person. It's like I think I just got to pick that up because and this was 2.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. You had it for that long and just not getting it graded?
Yeah, I've had it for that long raw. It was just sitting. And I kept kicking around, man, I should get that graded. And then I was like, nah, let me do something else. And I just decided recently, like, I'm going to get that graded for the end of the year. Should hopefully be back this week or probably next week.
Yeah. Last thing. Game 1 of the WNBA Finals is this year's finals, the most watched game in WNBA Finals in 28 years. 1.9 average of 1.9 viewers, peaked at 2.5 million viewers.
Can you send me where's that at? Where you have that at?
I'll send it to you.
Please send it to me. I just don't want to hear next season. Please, no one, please come to me with no one's watching unless one person's playing.
Yeah.
Please don't check the data. Don't sound like that. Don't put yourself out there like that.
Oh, and they just dropped the women's college basketball preseason top 25. UConn number 1, of course.
Okay.
Gamecocks number 2, of course.
Who's number 2?
Gamecocks.
Okay.
UCLA 3, of course.
Okay.
Texas 4. That sounds about right. LSU and then Oklahoma.
Oh, LSU up there. Okay.
Yeah. Then around the top 10, you got Tennessee, NC State, and Duke, and Maryland right off the top 10.
Where's USC?
17th. No Juju.
I mean, I was thinking as we got close to the season, this is the best move for her too. to go chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the best one. I can't wait to see her come back stronger, ready to go. But Big John, bro, I appreciate you. What's up?
Yeah, I'm not off till next Monday. I work every day. 10 to 12 hours. So
what was your question on? You about to say something?
I watching the old Tawny card at auction.
Mm-hmm.
And they got $18 shipping fee.
Hold on. What'd you say?
It's an $18 shipping fee.
Oh, that's how they make their money, man. Who is this?
Probestein.
There's some profit there. Can you pull it up before? Is it on your phone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's probably some profit there. I don't go on Pro Scene. I haven't been on Pro Scene looking for a card. Hey, what did you think of the Ken Griffey Jr. 1010 rookie auto for $30K?
Great sales. Can't get the kid.
Yeah, but I think the card is I think the comp is like 3,500, 4,000. That's a lot of those.
I mean, money laundering is real.
I just love going to these shows. When you see these prices, you're like, what's that? $30K. With straight face.
Mm-hmm.
If you say it confidently, it must be real.
So here's the card.
Okay, let me see this. Hold on. Card is at $425. Where's shipping at?
Right here. UPS.
Yeah. There we go.
For $18, I'll just drive them Jersey. Like that's crazy.
Like, click on any other. Can you click on Pro Things auctions and just click on any other card and see what their shipping fee is? Just any random card.
I'm sure that card has to go to authentication.
And they're leaving eBay, right?
No, but this one's $525. So maybe shipping more because it's got to go through authentication.
Yeah, but just click on any card. I just want to see.
There's another one right here. This is
another card.
Yeah.
And what's the shipping on this one?
$525.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so.
It's a graded card, so I don't know.
I wonder how the old 10s are going to compare to the new 10s.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I gotta switch. Yeah, this one's $525 here.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a random. I don't know. Brother, I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Everybody that's here that has watched, I appreciate you all being here. It has meant a lot. Imani, always good to have you. We want to get cracking on that collab.
Definitely. Probably should do the next week when one of us play Imani.
Well, I played him, I think, week 2. He squeaked.
I'll play him again. Ooh, I'm about to buy this. Okay. See, let's see. All right, I'm going to shut eBay down. Sorry.
Well, you're going to find some deals.
I be going through. This is why I love and hate spendable funds. Because I'll be going through and seeing stuff I want for me, and I'm saying I'm not buying PC for the rest of the year, but I be seeing good deals.
True. Very true. Well,
So
man,
you
you
just
got a great night. Tell your family I said what's up.
I will.
I'm about to put a post up about how LeBron James smoked his fans who ran out and bought Laker tickets, thinking it was about to be a farewell tour.
Mm.
He holds those people. You might up with LeBron, man, with the VSOP. Did you buy something today? Did you go buy some VSOP because of my man said buy some?
We know Draymond did.
Draymond was probably on set when they filmed that.
Listen, Draymond's attachment to LeBron is
It's to be studied. It'd be a documentary about it one day. It's wild to me. Like the other day, he's in an interview, and somebody asked him a question. And he was like, "Man, Bron, like he's in Golden State Stadium, Chase, Bron. Like, where did Bron come from?" He talks more about Bron than he does about Steph.
And he talk about stuff a lot.
A lot.
So
Always talking about Bron. And I still want to know. I want to ask both of them. When you all got in that altercation and Draymond got suspended a game, did y'all know each other then? Or when did y'all say, "Hey, man, we should catch up"?
It was a couple years after that. Draymond talked about it.
So what made them catch up? Well, like what made them get all up in that like that? Yeah.
Rich invited. He was vacationing. He was vacationing, and it was happening to be where Brown was vacationing, and Rich they invited him, and struck up a friendship from that trip. And it's been planted since then.
Michigan and Ohio. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Draymond probably used to have Bron pictures on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
What, he came out 9 years before Draymond?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys feel like Stephanie Bagua is getting pushed too fast?
Stephanie McQuarrie getting pushed too fast? Nah. I think she's the right person to push quickly because you need some new blood in that main event scene. It's been Rhea, Bianca, Nia, Becky Lynch, Bailey for so long. So you need to get a fresh new face, and then they're not pushing Julia as fast, and they didn't push Tiffany fast. So I think it's good. We'll see how it plays out. And she can fight out wrestle. So Hero 3, I just picked up a Julia rookie and a Rhea Ripley rookie refractor this weekend. Which I gotta go find that refractor. I don't know what I did with it. All right. Let me go to sleep because this is when I mess with cards and before bed. This is when I lose cards in my house.
Go ahead, brother. Get that rest, man.
Take it easy.
Talk to you. Peace. People, y'all keep rolling.
Check my Instagram, Hero. It's on my Instagram.
There we go.